Hey, how you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is May 16th, 2025. So the Knicks just advanced over the Boston Celtics to play the Pacers. And in the start of the playoffs, the narrative that I liked the most was obviously the Celtics to play against the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, the Celtics just got eliminated after they lost Jason Tatum in a scripted ritual. Um, Something that just came to my attention was I think I overlooked this guy's death. Somebody just pointed this out to me this morning, and I don't know why I never heard about this guy dying. I don't know what I was doing, but you guys know about Dick Barnett. He played for a couple of franchises. He played for the Lakers, also played for the Knicks most of his career, and he died at the age of 88 on April 27th. No cause of death, but you guys should know what happened to this man. Of course, he went to Fordham University, Jesuit Fordham, and he died on 27/4, like 274, a number that we see often with the Jesuits because Jesus Hamana Salvatore, it equals 274. He died on 27/4, the guy who went to Jesuit University, Fordham, just like Trump did. And what's funny about him dying on April 27th is that April 27th is 39 days before the start of the NBA Finals. And we know how special 39 is when it comes to New York. Notice in gematria, New York equals 39. Think about the game that what was that? The game that Jason Tatum got hurt. Jalen Brunson scored 39 points 111 days after his birthday. New York equals 111 and 39. And again, NYC is 39 and 42. That game, Jason Tatum scored 42 points. Somebody left a comment yesterday saying that they thought that the Knicks was going to advance 4-2 right after Jason Tatum got hurt at the with 42 points, and I overlooked that because I really liked the 195 ritual with the Boston Celtics after they started the season 19-5. Obviously, that's off the table. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. If the Celtics ever go back to the NBA Finals, that 195 is still there. Um, Yeah, but look, NY is 39, big number with New York City. MSG with the Knicks play is also a 39 name or a 39 abbreviation. And funny enough, it's also a 12, like the number that Dick Barnett used to wear for the Knicks. He wore the number 12. He also wore the number 5 for the Lakers. He started his career with the Syracuse Nationals back in the 50s. But what stands out to me even more than that him dying 39 days before the finals, notice where he was born. He was born in Gary, Indiana. And now his former team, the New York Knicks, are going to face off against his hometown team, the Indiana Pacers. Gary, Indiana, just about like 2 hours away from where the Pacers play. So you got to ask yourself, what are the odds of that? And a lot of people say, well, he was 88 years old. He was 88. He was supposed to die. He's old, right? Being 88 does not mean anything because death does not have an age. You can die at any age. Now, if you're murdered at 88, you know, this is why a lot of people don't even look into it because they're looking at it like, oh, he was 88 years old. There's no way he died from anything suspicious. But no, this man was murdered, just like how all of these other athletes that we've covered in the past have been gone by the numbers. Think about Fernando Valenzuela. This is like the most obvious ritual that I've seen. Well, no, I'm not can't even say that. But in the last year, Fernando Valenzuela has been the most obvious ritual ever in sports. Okay, let me show you guys. Maybe you guys don't know who Fernando Valenzuela is, right? So he played for the Dodgers, and he played in that World Series. The last time the Dodgers and Yankees were in the World Series, he pitched in that game. Him and Rudy May. Right? Rudy May was a bullpen pitcher, but he also pitched in that World Series game the last time the Yankees and Dodgers played each other, right? And then both of these pitchers, they die about a day apart. Notice Fernando Valenzuela died on October 22nd. Rudy May died on October 23rd, just the next day, right before the Yankees and Dodgers are about to play in the World Series. And these were the two pitchers going against each other the last time the Dodgers and Yankees played in the World Series. And then they end up dying a day apart, right before the Yankees and Yankees and Dodgers play in the World Series. But even more blatant than that is that the Dodgers win the World Series in the Bronx, where Vince Scully was born, who was born in the Bronx, grew up a Yankees fan. The Dodgers, the team that he used to broadcast for, they win the championship in his hometown, the Bronx, and then celebrate the World Series on Fernando Valenzuela's birthday, November 1st, the day he would have turned 64 years old. The Dodgers are celebrating the World Series. And look, he was 63 years old, right? Of course, Major League Baseball was 63. But Rudy May was 80 years old. You see? So being 80, being 88, that doesn't exclude you from getting murdered. Or you guys think that's just a coincidence that these two pitchers played against each other the last time the Dodgers and Yankees was in the World Series, and it just happened to die a day apart, right before those same two teams are about to face off in the World Series? Maybe that's just a coincidence, man. You see, this is why it's hard for me, even though a lot of people say, oh, well, you're from New York. You're supposed to root for the Yankees. You're supposed to root for the Knicks. When I was asleep, I was definitely a Yankees fan. I was definitely a Knicks fan. I grew up a Knicks fan all my life. But how can you root for something like this, something this evil? You think how do you think Dick Barnett's family would react to this information if we brought it to their attention? I highly doubt that. The people who cared about this man, all of them know exactly what happened to Dick Barnett. Most of them probably think that he died because of old age. Oh, poor Dick, he was 88. R.I.P. Not knowing the significance of his demise. Him dying right before the playoffs. Well, during the playoffs. I think the Knicks was playing the Pistons the day he died. Because they had a 2-1 lead over the Pistons, like how he would have number 12. Right? And then the guy dies on April 27th, the very Jesuit day. 39 days before the start of the NBA Finals. Now, does that really mean that the Knicks are going to go to NBA Finals? The thing is, 39 is very, very important to New York City. It's so important. Look at the New York Yankees manager, Aaron Boone. I want to show you guys his birthday. Look at his birthday. Speaking of 39, Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, born on March 9th, the same day Biggie died. Biggie Small, the biggest rapper out of New York, whose name is Biggie, right? Biggie equals 39. Biggest rapper out of New York City. Dead on 3/9, March 9th. Big number. So that has me a little concerned with the Pacers. And I stood away from this game. We did a prop bet on the Patreon because the thing about this game was, as much as I liked the Celtics, I saw the narrative of the Knicks becoming 8-4. Remember, they became 7-4, and we called that. We said the Knicks are gonna lose and become 7-4 because New York Knicks equals 74 in the postseason. So when they lost in Boston, this is why. It's because New York Knicks equals 74. Now, of course, today it was nerve-wracking because I said if they win, they become 8-4 to face off against the Indiana Pacers. I notice Indiana Pacers equals 84. So they're going to go into Indiana with a record of 8-4 in the postseason. And keep in mind that the Yankees today, they just became 14. We're going to talk about the Yankees and Mets and why they was actually playing today on the same day that the The Knicks just advanced to the conference finals. You see how where is it? What am I spelling wrong? What is it? That's 148. Is it Yankee Stadium or Yankee? I think it's Yankee Stadium, not Yankees Stadium. Okay, yeah. So that's what it is. There is no S in the name of the arena or the name of the stadium. You see how Yankee Stadium equals 148? The Yankees just beat the Mets today and became 14-8 at home. 14-8. Look at this. Yankees home record. They're 14-8 at home. Yankee Stadium. The game was at Yankee Stadium. They became 14-8. Now look at this. If the Yankees sweep the series, they'll be 16-8 at home. And notice New York Mets is 168. And notice Subway Series, which is what they call it. Subway Series is 158. So if they win tomorrow, they'll be 15-8. If they win on Sunday, they'll be 16-8. The gematria of New York Mets. So there's some things that you guys can look into. If the Yankees end up sweeping the Mets 3 games in a row, to further prove how rigged this stuff is. For some reason, this stuff it doesn't register in people's heads. They think that because you're from a city that you're supposed to be rooting for satanic rituals like this. I don't care about the Knicks. If these games were organic and a real competition, of course I'll be rooting for the Knicks. Why not? But I know what's going on. I know how rigged it is, how scripted it is, how demonic it is. I can't root for this stuff. These people are sitting back, laughing at all the Knicks fans outside. Like, let me ask you something. All you Knicks fans out there, do you see any of the Knicks executives outside acting a fool like how you guys act a fool outside of Madison Square Garden? Let's look up who the Knicks executives are. Guys probably don't even know none of these names, all you Knicks fans. I've never ever seen any of these people outside of the Madison Square Garden, acting like how these Knicks fans act. Oh, throwing stuff around, screaming in front of cameras. Have you ever seen James Dolan do this? What about Greg Sabert, Leon Rose, the president of the New York Knicks? You guys don't even know who none of these people are. Victoria Mink, the executive vice president. These are the owners. These are the people responsible behind the Knicks. You guys probably never even heard of these people. They're all behind the scenes, laughing at you, at the sheeple, at the fans. Look at these people, so excited. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Meanwhile, they're sitting back making the big bucks. And you're over there with your orange with your blue and orange jersey, like, yeah, New York, we're going to the finals. Meanwhile, James Dolan is in his Rolls Royce, just driving by, looking at you guys. With it, this shit is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing how people are okay with being asleep. Like, that's okay. That's like, it's okay to be dumb. It's not okay to be dumb. It's not okay to be stupid. The fuck? Furthermore, let me show you how rigged the Knicks playoff series actually was. Of course, they changed it today because BetMGM, they put out this post to throw people off because they knew that the synchronicity was going to end. Notice this. Every time the Knicks won, the Mets won. And I mean the Mets against the Boston Celtics series. Every time the Knicks won, the Mets also won. The 2 teams from New York that wear the same colors. And every time the Knicks lost, the Mets also lost. And BetMGM, they put out this post right before Game 6 because they knew that the synchronicity was going to end. Because today, obviously, the Knicks won, but the Mets lost, right? So they wanted to put this out there so that more people can look at it like, oh, So if the Mets lose, that means the Knicks are gonna lose. Ugh. No. The pattern was for 5 games. Once they put it out there, that's when you're supposed to become suspicious of it. But this happened for 5 games straight. May 5th, go look it up. Knicks won. So did the Mets. On May 7th, they won. They beat the Celtics 91-90. The Mets beat the Diamondbacks 7-1. And so on. Obviously, today it changed. And they did it on purpose. Right after they put out the post. And also, look at this. Kobe Bryant and Jason Tatum. Remember I showed you guys that photograph of them three, Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant and Jason Tatum, all wearing the exact same robe, even though they all got injured in different cities. Wearing the exact same robe, 6 years apart, right after getting injured in the playoffs. People don't find this suspicious, though. Pray for Tatum. But remember this photo, right? Now look. And the screenshot doesn't lie. Kobe Bryant supposed to be injured his Achilles with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And guess what? Jason Tatum, he tore his Achilles with 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter as well. Of course, all you dumb sheeples are going to say that that's just coincidental. No, it's not coincidental. And I know a lot of you like, did he know to injure himself? Like, I don't know what's wrong with like this. Topsy, I really believe that you are still asleep, even though you claim that you've been in the community for 10 years, but you're not awake, my brother. You're not awake. Some of the comments that you leave are like I'm so surprised. I'm like, I don't know if you're trolling or maybe you're just not awake. You're not fully awake. This stuff is not there. This stuff is scripted, my man. That doesn't mean that they actually tore their Achilles. They're acting. They're pretending. What don't you get about that? God damn. Yeah, but Dick Barnett, again, dead 39 days before the finals. The guy born in Indiana. Went to Jesuit University. I left the link in the chat if you guys want to join the stream. I'm not gonna give you guys any more picks. We gave you guys a lot of picks for free already on YouTube. We spoke about how, I've been giving out free stuff for a couple of days now. We nailed this one. This was the game of Knicks. Was this one? What was that one? I don't know. That game 5 was a game that the Knicks fell to 7-4 in the postseason. We gave you guys that for free. Yesterday, the Thunder and Nuggets game, we told you guys how the Nuggets equals 33. The next game is game 7. The series will be tied 3-3 going into Sunday's game. Sunday's also 33. Who I think is going to win on Sunday, I'm going to look at that game because now the narrative is off the table. I liked the narrative between the Nuggets and the Celtics. Obviously, that's off the table. So now we have to reevaluate everything. Because there's nothing wrong with being wrong. A lot of you think that there's something. That's why a lot of you are so scared to make predictions and actually do this research, because you're scared of the criticism. I've been doing this for so many years. I have a very, very long track record, and I also have a lot of haters, which shows you that you cannot be successful without the haters. So having haters equals success, and I have a lot of haters. Even the founder of this community hates on me every now and then. He haven't hated on me in a while, but I don't know. I don't know what. Maybe the father life has changed them a little bit. Anyways, yeah. The link is in the chat. I'm gonna look at the chat now, see if there's anybody that has something to say. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Topsy. I just saw somebody's name. Bring his name up. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. The guy says the craziest things. He says that they're using magic. The fuck you need magic for? What do you need magic for? So Fresh Prince says that Dick Barnett, born in Indiana, played for the Knicks. Yep. Blatant. Very blatant. Yeah, Barnett does sound like Garnett. You're right. That's a good point. Here he is, man. So disappointed in you, Topsy. For real.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Man, see, Fresh Prince said, Fresh Prince said, bro, it is fake. I'm saying,
Who said that?
and you're not understanding, bro. Like we've
We're getting
agreed
some
to that.
feedback. We're getting some feedback. You might be out. You probably gotta be
Yeah,
on.
because I'm near my tablet. Hold on. Yeah, Fresh Prince said, Topsy, it is fake, bro. I know it's fake. Like that's not like we're way past that. I know it's fake and I know it's scripted. Just
No,
because I
no, but
don't believe that
the
the
things
players
that
are
you
in
be
on it.
saying, you
Hold
be
on, let
saying
me make
like,
my point.
go,
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's no way put like Tatum wasn't looking at the clock and Kobe wasn't
how do
looking at
you
the
know
clock.
that? How
But
do you know that?
ironically, both of them fell to the floor at the 3:08 mark. Like
How
they're
do you
not
know they
watching
wasn't looking at the clock?
because I'm watching them. They're not looking at the clock, bro. Like nobody is that good at acting to where they could precisely fall to the ground at the 3:08 mark. They're not
Really?
watching the clock. But no, man, no. I watch these dudes in commercials and movies all the time, and they are shitty actors, bro. They're not good at acting, but they're going to be great at acting on the floor. Nah, man, I don't believe that. I believe there's something else there's to this, bro. Like whether it's magic or technology, we can only make sense of things the best way we can because we're not in on the secret. And I think that's why most of us believe that, or we fall on the explanation of, oh, it's got to be paid actors. I don't think so, bro. I just don't believe that. Yes, I believe that both of us believe that it's all scripted, and I believe that it's fake. Yes, I believe that we're way past that, but I do not believe that these these players are in on it. I don't. Maybe there's one or two like a LeBron or a Tom Brady, like the main guys, but everybody, I don't believe that, bro. I just don't believe that, and I
There's
don't
nothing to
believe that.
believe. There's nothing to believe.
Hmm?
There's nothing to believe.
What do you mean?
Okay. This is the thing. Every time I ask you this question, you don't really give me an answer to it.
What's the question?
Okay. How if okay. So out of the 10 players that was on the court today, give me 3 names that don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I don't know who knows and don't know. I just
So
don't believe.
you're just saying things. You're just saying things that you don't know about.
What do you mean? No, none of us know. We can only like assume and try to come up with
No.
theories.
It's called having common sense, Topsy.
Nah, man. I don't think these players.
These scripts
Tatum was
and not.
not watching the clock, bro. He did not watch the clock at all.
You
He was
don't
his
know
eyes.
that. You
Yes,
don't
yes, I
know
do.
what
I
he
was
was
watching
looking at.
him. I studied that. I studied that video, bro.
But
He
you don't know
never
what he
looked
was
up at
looking
the
at.
clock or anything. He didn't like. You have to. You know how precise you got to be to know to fall exactly at the 3:08 mark, man. There's no way possible, bro, that they're
No,
doing
not really. You fall, and then the clock gets adjusted to 308.
adjusted to 3:08. We watching the clock and the person fall. They got the ticker right there in front of the on the TV, so you can watch the player and the clock at the same
You know what
time,
it
bro.
is? I can't play the video now to see if he was actually looking at the clock because
Please do. Yeah, you can.
I can't.
Please
Nah, I
do.
can't. They're gonna flag my video. They always do that.
They both fell precisely at the 3:08 mark, bro. There's no
And
way
you're
these
saying that,
dudes are
and
gonna
you're
do
saying that that's just what?
I don't know, but I don't think that these players are in on it. I do not believe that. I do not
When
believe
you
that
say
they're.
that's what I'm saying. When you say that, what do you mean? These players? Who are you
I,
talking about?
like I don't.
Give me a
I think
name. I need
it's.
a name. I
Yeah.
need a name.
What do you mean?
I need a name. Who's not in on it?
I don't think Tatum knew to fake the injury at the 3:08 mark. Neither did Kobe did. I think it's something else going on that we don't know about. I don't know if
Okay,
it's
so you're saying
technology
that.
or it's magic.
So you're saying that Tatum actually got hurt.
I don't see why not.
Okay, did Kobe get hurt?
I don't see why not, bro. Like
Okay.
it seemed believable to me. I don't think these dudes are that
What
great
about
of
DeMar
actors, bro.
Hamlin? You think DeMar Hamlin's injury was real?
I think all of that stuff is real, bro. I just think it's something deeper going on that we don't know about.
So
I
how come when the DeMar Hamlin photo came out, of him being on the similar photo to the one that I showed about Kobe and Garnett, Kobe, KD, and Tatum, how come none of the devices was on? None
what
of the
device?
medical devices. None of the medical devices was on. None of them was hooked to his arm or anything. The guy just had a concussion. and none of all the machines was off.
They was off. I don't know about that. I didn't
Yeah,
see.
we saw that the day it happened. Okay, what about the fact that Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Kevin Durant, and Jason Tatum were all wearing the exact same robe, even though they was all three admitted into different hospitals?
That could be the script, bro. Like that could be the hospital robe that they had for them when they got to the hospital. They can have those hospital robes ready for them, and the players not be. The players don't have to know that's the ensemble for the script. They could be doing this stuff behind the scenes, bro, and the players don't know, man. I'm not convinced that these players know.
So when you say players don't know, what don't they know?
It's just hard to believe that. Like, especially how nuanced these plays are, like the way things play out and how they get these scores to fall exactly at a certain time.
But the thing is to get to the bottom of this, I need you to be specific. Because
what you mean?
The thing is, I'm open-minded, and you know I have a lot of respect for you, even though I'm disappointed in you. But that's why I always bring you on.
We all got our opinions, bro. Like I
understand that. I understand that. But
nobody knows. None of us are in the. None of us are within the inner circle of the elites that are scripting these games. But there's certain things that are obvious. So at the end of the day, it's all theories. Nobody really knows anything.
No, it's called common sense. Some things are obvious. Some things are obvious.
We do not know, man. We don't need to. We don't even know. You can't even explain to me the technology that they're using that enables them to do this. Like you could say magnetism, but you don't really know. You don't know the inner workings of this stuff. We can only assume and theorize, but we don't know, bro.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
We don't know, man. Okay. We do not know, bro. We do not know how advanced technology is. We only know what these people allow us to know.
Can you let me answer your
Go ahead.
When you say we don't know, you got to speak for yourself.
Because not all of us. Bro. No. Unless you are an elite.
Hey, can I finish?
No, bro.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's called having common sense, Stopsy. All right. If they announced Fernando Valenzuela's death right before the World Series, and then they announced Rudy May's death, and then we're doing all the numerology and the gematria, and we are noticing the same ongoing pattern, do we need to be there when they actually murder Fernando to clarify or to, I don't know, what's the term I'm looking for, to confirm that he was actually murdered? Do we need to actually be there and see it to confirm it? No, we have the knowledge that they use every time they murder. Now, that's what I'm saying about common sense. It's not a coincidence that the two pitchers who was pitching against each other in the last time the Dodgers and the Yankees was in the World Series happened to die a day apart right before the same two teams are about to face over against the World Series, and then the Dodgers celebrate on his birthday. It's obvious what happened to Fernando. We don't need to be there. It's called having common sense. So that's when you say we don't know, don't know.
No, that's different.
No, that's not different. Like, the same thing goes on with these injuries. The same thing goes on with the injuries. If you measure, speaking of 308, the word injury equals 38. If you measure from the birthdays, it's always the same thing. Measure from how many days after Kobe Bryant's birth. Do you remember that on Kevin Durant's injury? Remember, I don't know if you remember that. It was against the Warriors. Remember it was during the 73rd NBA season, and it was exactly 73 points in the game when he got injured. So he knew to go down 73 points into the game. That's how we can confirm that it's being orchestrated. Now the thing is, if you're looking at these injuries, they look hella fake. They don't even look real. The acting looks bad. You can't tell real from fake. That's your problem. Don't try to put everybody in that same box.
I didn't put everybody in the same box. No, I didn't put everybody in the same box. I didn't put everybody in the same box, though, bro. I'm just saying from my point of view.
This is what you say all the time. Oh, we don't know.
We don't know.
The word we. You don't know.
No, we don't know, though. We don't know. We can only theorize. These are theories. You don't have no real proof that prove that we actually know this stuff.
What I need, what I don't have real proof of.
We don't have any proof, bro. We're not in the inner circles of these people. We don't know what they're
So
actually
you don't
doing.
know.
We
You
have
can't
theories,
confirm.
but we don't know, bro.
You can't confirm what happened to Fernando Valenzuela and Rudy May.
I can theorize, but I don't actually know. Yes, I do believe that they murdered him for that World Series, but do I actually have proof, a real actual proof that they did that? No, I don't. You cannot argue gematria in the court of law, bro. You can't. You sound like a madman. You have to have real evidence, bro, real proof.
The thing is, go ahead. Let's get Subway in here. Subway, what's going on?
Simple truth. Why do they do these sacrifices? For what? What do they gain from doing these sacrifices?
If I knew the answer to that, I would have answered that a long time ago. But that doesn't mean
it's demonic, bro. It's very demonic, bro. So I don't know. I think it's demonic, and I think they're using technology and demonic spirits
to get these outcomes. Yeah,
what I think. That's all I think.
Why do you need that in a basketball game?
Because
we can't explain it, bro. We're not them. Like, we don't know. We can only like theorize, but we don't actually know, bro. Yes, I believe that they're doing rituals. Yes, I believe it's fake. Yes, I believe it's rigged.
Somewhere in the box office, there's a guy with a wand in a robe, and he's just waving his wand every time a player shoots the ball.
Nah, bro, they do rituals, bro. That's how you get contact with the demons, bro. You gotta do rituals. You do
rituals. I know that part. I know that they're doing rituals, right?
Where you think they get that word Hollywood from? Where you think they get the word Hollywood from? Look it up.
I know. It's in regards to the tree, the Hollywood tree. But listen, that's not what I'm discussing here. What I'm saying is, why do you need magic when it's very easy to do what they do? It's very easy to do what they do. All you have to do is you practice. Did you hear the interview of LeBron James when he said that every player has to memorize 150 plays every game? Every game they have to memorize every. Did you see what about the other interview where somebody asked him about the play that happened in the third quarter, and he broke it down. He broke down every single play that happened in the third quarter. He said, "Yeah, we caught the rebound, and then we broke it down the quarter, and then this happened, and this happened, and this happened." They memorize all this stuff. That's part of their job. LeBron,
but it don't matter how good it don't matter how good your memorization skills are, bro. Like you can't get somebody to precisely fall on the ground at the 308 mark. Both of these players did.
Why not?
Because you can't, bro. Nobody is that good, bro. I don't care how good you are. Nobody is that good. He's not even looking at the clock, bro. He's paying attention to the game. He's lost in the game, and he just magically knows to fall at the 308 mark. He not one time does he look at the clock. Go look at the footage. Not one time does he look at the clock, man. There's no way you can know that, bro. It has to be something else going on, bro. There's just no way you know that to fall at that mark when you're not even looking at the clock. Like, oh shit, it's time to fall. Like, man, he never did any of that.
Did you see how he fell?
He's not looking at the clock. Huh?
How did he even get injured? There was nobody around him.
I don't know. I'm just talking about the clock part. Like, how did they get it to a line like that perfectly? Both of them fell at the 308 mark, and neither one of them was looking at the clock. How do you explain that?
No, I'm gonna look at the footage because you're saying that he.
Please look at it because neither one of them looking at the clock. Kobe wasn't looking at the clock. He wasn't looking at the clock. Not one time.
What you think about this?
Well, I look at it like this. They do these sacrifices. Y'all can hear me for one?
Yeah.
Okay. They do these sacrifices for energy harvesting. They do these games for energy harvesting. All this shit is all about energy and frequency. That's it. And as far as the injury with the 308 or whatever, he always wanted to channel his inner Kobe. And sometimes you can channel people's spirit and energy so good because you want to be like them. You manifest yourself in similar situations that they were in. And that's how it can happen. It don't have to be some planned shit. It could be some shit that he really tapped into his inner Kobe, and he really had the same injury he had at the same damn time because he was engulfed in Kobe so fucking much. That's how it be.
That's actually
okay. You just said going back to the top. You just said he wasn't looking at the clock. He did look at the clock.
No, he didn't, man.
I'm looking at it right now.
Put it on the screen so everybody can see it. He did not look at the clock, bro. He didn't know.
Yes, he did. I just saw it. You just lied.
No, he didn't, man.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That's actually interesting what you said, because like in Kabbalah they believe in that white magic shit. So that's it.
White magic, blue magic, dark magic, whatever you want to call it, all that shit goes back to alchemy. These numbers we going,
that shit go out of Babylon, nigga. That's where it go back.
That's it. Y'all can see the game.
It goes back to alchemy, bro. Babylon goes back to alchemy. All that shit goes back to alchemy because alchemy is the study of itself. And when you learn alchemy, you learn all this shit will fall in place. It becomes easy. The numbers become easy. The words become easy. All that shit. Them people know alchemy.
All right, I got the game on the screen. All right, here we go. Let's look at the rigged play. 111 points to 104. Okay, how do you know that right there, what he's doing right now? How do you know he's not looking at the clock right there?
He looking at his teammate to me, like he's looking for the pass.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's all subjective. How do you know what he's looking at? Did you ask him? Look.
I mean, look at him throwing the ball. He's looking at the person.
Was that a no-look pass
where he got his eyes on the clock while he passing the ball?
That's what I'm saying, Tommy. You're not making sense, man. How do you know? The argument is that you saying that he did not look at the clock. How do you know what he's looking at?
How can you say that he's looking at the clock? To me, it's like he's trying to execute a pass. I don't see how you can get looking at the clock out of that. He's looking for the pass. Look at him. He's looking for the pass.
So you can't look at two things at once. Is what you're saying.
Man, I'm sitting here looking at Tatum like he's looking for the pass, and
so
the next thing he does
Okay, hold on. You're trying to tell me that now let's watch the next thing he does. You're trying to tell me that he didn't fall down on purpose. Look at this. Watch him pass it. Look. But why would he die?
Ain't nobody in this community never had an Achilles rupture, so you can't.
You
don't know how that is. You don't know how that works, bro. This is pro ball on a high level.
Topsy, hold on. Remember what I was saying about adjusting the clock? Look how much time is left in the game.
You got the thing on there. You got the comment on there. I can't see.
What about now?
No. You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
How much time is left on the clock? 3:07. So why did they change it to 3:08?
Zoom back out.
To fit the narrative.
The entry already happened. It happened at 3:08 mark.
To change the narrative, because it don't look like he got hurt at no 3:08. I'm gonna be honest.
It definitely did. Take the comment off the screen. Take the name.
It don't look like it, bro.
It don't look like it was 3:08.
At 3:08, he was going for the goddamn ball.
Exactly. Look.
All right, can you take the comment off the screen?
I can't see the clock. My bad.
I don't know why I can't see the clock.
My bad. I didn't know. You can see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Okay, here we go.
Good.
See, 3:08.
3:08. That's when it happened. Exactly at 3:08.
He's not injured. He's not even on the floor yet.
Yes, he is, bro.
What are you talking about?
Bro, you have to think, man. Just think about this. Look, as soon as he come, the pop happens right there. 3:08. That's when the Achilles ruptures right there.
Where is he getting hurt at?
Right there. That's when the Achilles pop.
I see it. Yeah.
Exactly. So you telling me that the Achilles ruptured when he hit the ground? No, it ruptures when he tries to take off. That's when it pops at the 3:08 mark.
Okay, let's look at the Kobe Bryant one.
The same thing at the 3:08 mark, man. These players aren't looking at the clock. There's no way
they know what's crazy, bro.
Well, if it's 3:08 in the fourth, it's the fourth quarter. The game is tight. There's a high chance he's looking at that goddamn clock.
Exactly. Like Tommy's not making a lot of sense to me, but I don't want to argue the whole live stream. Like, how do you know he's not? You have to look at the clock. Every player that has the ball in their hand, they're looking at the shot clock. And
the shot clock, not the clock, though. The shot clock.
I can tell you don't play basketball.
I don't play basketball.
Is looking at the shot clock, and
we can go live. We can go live and see who play basketball. Topsy balls. You tripping?
No, you don't. I can tell.
I mean, let's go live. We can see. We can compare and contrast footage and see who can ball. Topsy is a cold athlete.
You can't even look at the shot clock in your team.
I'm cold athlete, dog. Ain't no sport I can't play.
Look at Kobe throwing himself on the floor. The same thing. Theater. Oh,
not looking at
God.
the clock. And then if you go back a couple plays, Kobe had already started feeling the injury before it happened. If you go back a couple plays, he was already feeling like it before it happened. Like, man there's no way they know this stuff.
Person for the sheeple, man.
Wait, simple truth. Can you play Devin Booker shit when he got hit in the nose? That shit crazy to me, bro. I don't know how they did that.
I look at it like this. I look at it from the standpoint of the narrative and the rigs, and I look at it from a realistic point of view too.
I just keep Kobe, an open mind, bro. I don't automatically assume that.
Both Kobe and Tatum had on low top shoes when they got injured. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. They ruptured their Achilles in low top shoes. Booker. Oh, that's something else.
That's a broken nose. So you trying to tell me he just chose to smash his nose into somebody's head? Man, hell no, man. Not buying it at all, bro.
That's why it's called magic, because they're even able to fool people who are so called awake. This stuff is magic.
No, I just keep an open mind, bro. I don't automatically assume I know. I just keep an open mind. I don't know. I don't know what these people doing. You can like have a strong stance on it, but that don't mean you right.
Nah, facts. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We all thought the Celtics were coming back, bro. Like, you were so confident.
I didn't. I just hit with the Knicks today. I didn't. I knew the Knicks was gonna win. I said Knicks in 6. I wanted them at 5, but I was greedy.
How is that the same thing? Thinking that the Knicks are gonna come back and knowing when a person is being sacrificed by the number. How is that the same thing?
Yo, you were so confident, though. You were like Kevin Garnett's birthday.
No, you obviously didn't watch the live stream. If you think I'm that confident, you're obviously not on the Patreon.
He wasn't that confident, bro. He wasn't.
And then,
exactly. Like this guy. This is what I'm saying. You guys just say bullshit. Confident means I'm guaranteeing it.
He was about to put some bread. He was about to put some money on it.
If I'm saying there's a narrative for that Knicks in Indiana through the WrestleMania, you never heard me talk about the WrestleMania and how they had Halliburton going against Jalen Brunson. And where was I so confident at? You were talking bullshit
on your Instagram post, bro. You was so like showing Boston 195. You feel me? Like,
no, I said that's the narrative that I liked.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even after Tatum went down, man. I lost confidence.
That's the narrative that I liked. That's the narrative that I preferred out of all the narratives that I was seeing. That's the one that made the most sense to me, the 195, because they did a similar ritual last year.
There's no way Celtics are doing anything after Tatum got hurt. They're not letting their team go anywhere without their star players. Just
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Even if they had Tatum, they wasn't gonna win.
I posted this on May 8th, right? May 8th. Look what I wrote in the caption. The NBA is no different than the WWE. Will these two go head to head in the Eastern Conference Finals? I was asking the question. I was trying to figure it out. Because why would they put this out there? Why would they put out this video? Why would they have Halliburton going against Jalen Brunson on the WrestleMania at the Garden? See, I was asking the question. I was trying to figure it out. So you saying that I was confident? That's bullshit. I wasn't confident. That's why I was doing all these live streams asking the questions.
Nah, go back to the recent post though. Like, come on, bro.
What recent post?
I mean, only way I can say Truth was confident if he put his bread down on it.
What are you talking about? Be specific.
195, bro.
This one right
here? Yeah.
I said, look, you tell me if this sounds confident. Game 7 is on May 19th, the day which is written 19/5 like 195. When the Boston Celtics win the finals, they will improve to 19-5 in finals.
I ain't gonna lie, that's confident, bro. You
said when they win, bro. I can't lie. You said when
they win. If they win the finals, they'll be 19-5 in finals.
Yo,
I get what he's saying though. He's saying win, but he doesn't mean it like they're gonna actually win. He's just saying win as in win.
What I meant was if they win this year, they'll be 19-5 in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, bro.
I ain't here to kick you, bro, because I didn't see you made some crazy call. I remember the 23 win streak. Like you done made some GS calls, especially like that Raptors winning the finals. That's still the most impressive call to me, bro. because I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, if you don't go 100%, then you get people like Subway talking bullshit. Oh, you
But
I ain't talking bullshit. I'm just saying.
But simple truth, bro. You just gotta you gotta respect somebody that keep it real with you though. Like I don't want nobody.
Keeping it real. That's talking bullshit.
No, he just holding you to your calls, bro. Like that's talking bullshit.
Real. That's talking bullshit because you go, oh, you so confident. We don't know everything. How is the confirming a person's ritual sacrifice or injury the same as making a sports prediction when there's clearly multiple narratives on the table? The thing about sports betting is that even though there's multiple narratives, you always have to pick one.
Pick one. Yeah, I was about to say you got to pick one.
So if there's multiple narratives, what are we gonna do? Just start naming all of them? You have to pick one. What makes the most sense? To me, the fact that they had Game 7 scheduled for 19/5 and the Celtics started the season 19-5. That made me more confident with that narrative than any other one that I saw.
This shit guesswork. We don't know. We don't know.
I like that narrative.
It's not guesswork. That's what I'm saying. No. That's what I say. When I say you're talking bullshit, that's what I mean. We're not guessing.
The 19-5 was a legit narrative until Tatum got hurt. Once Tatum got hurt, you're supposed to back off that. There's no way they're doing anything without their star player, bro. And that's not because Tatum is the best player, so without them they're gonna lose. No, the script is for the best player to be on the team when they win. If Tatum go down, they're not winning. When Dame went down, Bucks won't doing nothing. And
Kevin, what is his name? What is his name? White or whatever his name is. That nigga tough, bro. Like I really thought he was gonna take that shit down. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He didn't take it down. Derek White.
Derek White? Really?
No,
really?
No,
really?
Yeah, bro.
Really?
No, he like that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying script wise, they're not letting them do anything. That's why I backed off Celtics. Once Tatum got hurt, it was a wrap. They're not letting them do shit.
The thing is this, right? I don't do the things that I do on YouTube is not what I do on Patreon. The other thing is not the same thing I do on Instagram. If you go on my Patreon right now, I said the Knicks can become 8-4. So I stood away from this game. I said, you know what? They can become 8-4. They can become 8-4 and go against the Pacers. The same thing I said when Fresco was like the Knicks at the Celtics, right? I said, yeah, they could fall to 7-4, but he's right about the Knicks equaling 41 and the series could end 4-1. Did not remember? You remember that Fresco?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, I was the Knicks could close it out 4-1 because Knicks does equal 41. So that's
was wrong as hell.
Or is that somebody that's weighing his options? Because we can't bet on all of them. That's what I mean when I say this stuff is difficult because we're doing, and I'm also doing this by myself, right? A lot of people only come around when we either get it wrong. That's the only time they come around. Like when I first put it was before the postseason started. I put out the two teams that I liked, right? And then right now, right between the Nuggets and Thunder, when the Thunder took the 3-2 lead, he was like, "No way, the Thunder! What happened to the Nuggets? What happened to the Nuggets? Yeah, what happened to the Nuggets? What happened to the Nuggets? They're one game away from the Western Conference Finals." Nobody's going to talk about the Nuggets, though. They're going to talk about the Celtics. Did I not put out two teams that I liked? What happened with the Nuggets? Nobody's going to say, "Oh, congratulations on the Nuggets." They were 5-point underdogs yesterday and they won.
Yeah.
Didn't we call the Nuggets yesterday on the live stream?
Nigga, when I seen the 121 with Aaron Gordon, I knew the Nuggets were going to take that shit, bro. Like,
now you knew, but you didn't say that yesterday.
Bro, that's Lock City, bro. That's Lock City, bro.
How much money you made from that?
I'm just saying, like, I don't bet on because I'm my religion. I can't bet. You feel me? But I knew, like,
you didn't say that yesterday.
No.
Bro, listen, bro. Like, it was just too clear, bro. Like,
too obvious. Yeah, but you didn't say that yesterday.
I ain't gonna lie. If you doing that number shit, that'll go against your religion too. Shit.
Exactly.
I mean, shit.
Nah, bro. That's not against my religion, bro. We trying to expose what they're doing. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, I feel them on that.
But here's the thing. How
are you trying to expose what they're doing when you're saying stuff like, "Oh, there's no way every player knows"? They don't know. You're not exposing anything. You're following the narrative that the
I said it's magic, bro. That's what I said, bro.
It's not, how is it? What magic? What magic?
Because they're doing rituals. because they do
I don't,
rituals.
I don't think we know enough.
So they're making things float. They're making things float. Where's
Not
the magic?
floating, nigga. You watch too much Disney, bro. I'm talking about like they're really doing this. They're
No,
doing.
you're the one that watches Disney if you believe in magic.
They're doing
All
rituals.
y'all- all of us
Shit,
watch
you
Disney.
believe
If
in
you watch
religion, you watch
If you
Disney.
ESPN, you watch Disney because Disney
He's talking
owns
about
ESPN.
this is the guy with the religion telling me that I'm wrong. You're the one with the religion.
Say what? Hold
Why
on.
you so
What
tight, bro? I'm telling you
religion?
what I know, nigga. Fuck.
What religion you part of, man?
Use words like nigger.
I said that I didn't say the ER, bro. Like, calm down, bro.
So what religion you a part of?
I'm Muslim, bro. I'm just telling you, like.
Oh Lord, bro, the same people who doing these rituals and shit, they tied to a religion, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now.
Thank you.
They
Fresco.
tied
Thank
to
you.
a religion, bro.
Nigga,
You said go
That's
against
why
your
I'm trying to
religion.
expose them, nigga. I'm not part of the, you know what I'm saying, the J word, bro. I'm just trying. I'm telling you, that's what
It's no different. You Muslim, it's still the same shit.
bro.
It's a religion.
It's not the same.
It's
thing,
a religion.
bro.
It's a religion. It's part of that.
bro.
Having a religion means you're still asleep.
What?
Yeah, you haven't came into your awakening at all.
Bro, you just trying at this point, bro. You gonna tell me my religion is bad, bro? Come on, yeah.
I'm not saying that. What I'm
My
saying
religion.
is,
My religion.
how can you believe in these religions when these religions have used their religion to kill people and inflict harm on people, bro? Literally.
Muslim. No, but out of all the ones he could have mentioned, he mentioned Muslim.
That's the other religion. We don't do that, bro. What do you mean? We don't go killing people, doing all that. Like,
Just because they don't do it now, the damage done. The damage is done.
it's not done.
Why would
bro.
they do it now?
Bro, listen, you got to be optimistic, bro. Like, we can really.
No, that optimism is rooted in manipulation.
Yes. Preach, Fresco. School is
That optimism is because I'm gonna tell you
nobody,
something.
bro. I'm telling you, bro. It can really change.
You can't even spell religion without a lie in it.
Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Bro, get that
There's
bullshit
nothing
out
real
your
about
head,
it.
bro.
There ain't no bullshit. You need to get that bullshit out
Bro,
your
you
head.
need to get that bullshit
How
out
you
your
study?
head,
How
nigga.
you studying these goddamn numbers when Allah don't even want you to do nothing but believe in Him?
Exactly.
Yo, listen, bro. Before you speak, bro, go do your research, my nigga. You can't.
I did my research on
No, you didn't,
Muslims.
nigga. You did not.
And
do
yes,
your
I
research.
did. Yes, I did. Yes, I
you
did.
didn't.
All
didn't
that
do
shit
your
goes, like I said earlier, all that shit goes back to alchemy. Christianity goes back to alchemy.
No, it don't.
Muslim goes back to alchemy.
No, it don't.
Satanism goes back to alchemy,
You just
nigga.
chatting, bro. You don't. You
No,
don't
I'm
know
not
what you're
chatting.
doing.
No, you don't know.
No,
You don't know.
nigga.
You
Fuck
don't know. You don't fucking know.
nothing, nigga.
I'm telling
You know
your
nothing.
ass right now what the
You ain't
fuck
telling
it
me
is.
nothing, nigga.
I'm telling you a lot.
You're not telling me nothing.
I'm telling you a lot.
Hell no.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And I ain't backing down either because they use that religion to destroy this planet.
I just
Talking
want y'all
about
to keep in mind, bro.
alchemy, this. That shit go back to Babylon, bro. You stupid,
No, it
nigga.
don't. All that
Yes,
shit
it
goes
do.
back to alchemy
Yes, it do, nigga.
and how
Having
melanin
a
works.
religion means you have a low IQ. You haven't found yourself, sir. I'm just being honest with you.
Nah, bro.
That's what it means.
Nah. You got
You're not awake.
How? How you gonna tell me?
Because you giving your energy to something else other than your goddamn self.
Exactly.
That's how.
I
You believe
pray
in another
5 times
God.
a day. What do you mean?
Exactly. You giving energy to something outside of yourself.
You dumb as fuck, bro.
No, but you're actually the one that's not that. I'm not gonna call you dumb, but you're the one that's not that intelligent.
You
still have a lot to
too,
learn.
bro. You dumb as fuck too, gang. You don't know nothing, gang.
Look, and look how you speak. I can tell. I can tell you're young. You're young,
Listen, bro,
young,
listen.
stupid. Young and stupid.
No, you stupid, nigga. I can teach you some, nigga. Fuck is you talking
What
about?
are you gonna teach me? What are you gonna teach me?
There's rituals that's being done to
Saying
call
using nigger and gang and all of what are you gonna
Okay,
teach
and the same
me?
people who do these.
You don't even have a vocabulary. You gonna teach me without a vocabulary?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna teach you some, boy.
What are you gonna teach me? What are you gonna teach me? Show your face. You don't even show your face.
What do you mean, gang? I can really
Show your
teach you some, nigga.
Show your face.
Fuck is you talking about?
Show your face.
Talking about having a religion is bad and
No, having a religion means you're stupid.
that does not mean you stupid, bro. Stop it.
Show
You
your
lost
face.
as fuck.
Why you hiding behind the camera?
Suck my dick, nigga. Fuck is
How
you
you want me
talking
to
about?
See?
Chill,
Hold
man.
on. How you believe in a religion and you
We
saying
here
This is
this?
the
together.
Muslim. This is
Listen,
the
man.
Muslim
Suck
talking. Go
my
ahead,
dick,
Muslim.
nigga.
That Muslim.
Bro,
Tell me to suck
there's
your
nothing
dick.
wrong with
Muslim.
having these
Because
conversations.
you saying I'm you trying to insult my religion then?
Yeah. Now tell me to suck your
what you
dick,
trying to
Muslim.
say,
Go ahead,
bro.
Muslim.
That's what you trying to say.
man.
Bro.
I'm not. Nobody's insulting your religion, bro.
He's saying
Nobody's doing
he's
that.
saying having a religion.
I'm just
that means-
telling you
that
where
means-
it come from.
He's saying
I'm
having
telling
a
you where
religion.
it
Where you from? Where you from, Subway?
I'm from Brooklyn, nigga. What do you mean?
So
Where
you want to
you
meet
from?
up so you can tell me to suck your dick?
Where you from?
I'm in the Bronx.
Bro, I really do it to you, bro. What do you mean?
All right, so
Man,
Wow.
I'm really a big nigga,
You
bro. I
do that-
really
you-
do it to you, boy.
yeah.
You
So,
put that on Allah?
In real life.
So
Bro,
Allah,
we
You put
ain't
that
Allah,
on Allah?
Allah,
You put
Allah,
that on Allah?
Allah, call me after the stream is over.
You like
646-986-0958.
You like
Come on,
5'5".
man. We ain't
You
on that,
5'5",
bro.
boy. I really do
Yeah,
it.
Hey,
yeah.
you're
All right,
Muslim,
shouldn't
yeah.
be
Muslim,
on that,
okay, Allah? Okay,
I'm
this
sick,
is
shouldn't be
bro. I really
your
do it.
religion. I get the fuck out of here, all right?
Bitch
You
ass
don't call me,
nigga.
get the fuck out of here.
Bro, that defeats the purpose, man. We shouldn't be like that, bro.
Ah, fuck him. Fuck him and anybody that believes in fucking bullshit religion like the Muslims.
Like I
What
don't
the fuck is
believe
that?
in religion. I don't believe in no religion
What the fuck
either.
is that? Telling me to suck his
when
dick.
But when you come at somebody like
Oh,
that,
out in
it's
his
like
face behind the camera.
it belittles their belief system, bro. Like we may not believe in it, but it's still like it's what they believe. It's what a person put their life and their belief in that. So when you question that, it's like you have them like thinking like are they
These are the people criticizing me. People with a religion.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
that's
We
what
gotta
I'm
be-
saying, bro. Like you, hold on.
You can't be divisive.
Dude, we trying to explain to him that he's trying to expose the rituals, but I'm telling this dude that you believe in religion, and the same people who's doing these rituals believe in these different religions and shit. And that's all I'm saying. I'm telling him where it came from, and I'm telling him how it came here. He's getting mad. He obviously didn't do his research.
He doesn't know
Because if he
anything.
did,
He's stupid.
because he didn't know.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn.
We should be able to have these conversations
What
without
is that? What does that mean?
You
I'm from
can't be
Brooklyn.
so emotional and so sensitive. Like we should be able to have the conversation. Like the least.
No, I can't have conversation with idiots, man. Idiots get on my nerves.
Hey,
They
bro,
sit
he-
back laughing at us when we divisive. Like
thing
this.
is-
Like,
the
we
thing
should be
is,
able to have the
idiots-
conversation.
Idiots get me on my nerve. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything intelligent to say except nigger and gang and
SMD.
and he doesn't say anything intelligent.
It all that left out the window, bro, when he said SMD. I'm sorry.
And then he goes there because he doesn't have anything to say.
That kind of left, it went left after that for real. I ain't gonna even hold you. It went left.
He
after
wouldn't
that.
say that to me though. He wouldn't say that to me in my face. That's what I'm saying. These people are cowards. Because I live in New York City. What's the problem? Why you can't meet up with me and tell me that in my face? I'll give out my number. He knows how I look. I don't understand these people. These people are so tough behind the keyboards. My number is 646-986-0958. You could call me anytime. We're in New York City. I will go to you. You will come to me. Mr. Allah. You want to meet Allah? Call me.
We might not we might like have opposing like beliefs or like theories, but I never get to a point to where you can get me in my body on this. Nobody like I understand that like you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Like I'm not gonna ever. You can't make me get in my feelings on this. Nobody can. Like I feel like I'm mature enough emotionally to where you can't.
But that's the difference
you
between
can't rattle
you.
me with
That's
that.
the difference between you and a guy named Subway.
I just feel like we got to be better than that, man. Because at least, if we believe they watch these streams, they definitely sit back laughing because we divisive. We can't be divisive, bro. Like we got to be better than that shit, man. That shit ain't helping.
The thing is, they're laughing at anybody that claims they have a religion. How can I have a person? How can I respect a person in my stream that comes on here and says that he has a religion? The guy got to get the fuck out of here. I don't want him to ever come back. He hasn't learned anything.
You can't be looking at these numbers like that. The way we looking at them, bro, and what we talking about, and be talking about religion. I ain't gonna even.
That's like a spit in my face. Oh man, my religion wouldn't allow me to bet on sports. Blah blah blah. Your religion.
Yeah, he was saying that he was just here for the exposing part.
What is he exposing?
Wake up. Huh?
He just exposed himself. That's the only thing he exposed in his live stream.
Yeah, but if if he's spreading the knowledge, then he helping out.
What knowledge? He doesn't know anything about anything.
I mean, he touched on a few things. Like before it got heated, he touched on a few things. He was mentioning certain things.
Don't you know that one of the religions that perform the most rituals is Muslim?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe it. I don't believe in religion. I don't follow none of it. I believe that I think something created all of this, but that's where it stops for me. I don't got no religion. I don't pray to nothing. I don't know nothing about none of that. Like, but people automatically assume that you got
Muslims.
to be
Hey, I'm
that you got to
asking.
be.
I'm asking
Uh,
ChatGPT all the rituals that Muslims perform. Look at this. They sacrifice animals. Wow. They actually eat. Oh my gosh! I'm never gonna say that. I'm never gonna say that. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
don't do it. Let it go, man. Just let it go, man.
Oh my gosh! So he
It,
probably sacrifices animals.
nah, man, I don't think he do that. I don't think he
Well,
do
he's Muslim. That's what they do, man.
that.
According to ChatGPT. It's
Shit.
crazy. But going back to what we was talking about, look, in a way, I get what you're saying. You know, they are performing rituals, so there is some type of spiritual component to the games. But what I'm saying is, you don't need anything else but practice, rehearsal, and some technology and some memory to execute these basketball games. That's all you really need. You need the memory to memorize the plays. You need the technology to make sure the ball goes in and out. And you just need to rehearse the plays before you do it. That's all you really need.
I just don't think we know enough. I think we got good theories on like what they're doing, and we got a good beat on what they're doing. But unless we are in the inner circle of the elites that are doing this stuff, we can only theorize. We don't literally know what they're doing, and that's why I'm not fully behind these players are paid actors. I'm not on board with that. Maybe one or two knows like the real secrets, but I don't think they allow everybody in on the secret. I just think that's very naive and foolish to think that they just allow everybody in on it and don't fear no type of consequence behind that. You just trust everybody to just keep the secret. I don't believe that because you get them a lot of money and you get them to sign NDAs. I don't believe that. I think it's a little bit deeper than that. What they do, what is it? I don't know, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I don't think they're just allowing everybody in on the secret. I don't.
It doesn't make sense when you're signing contracts.
I done met players who have said it's certain things they can't talk about. But I'll give you one example. I don't know if you all remember the running back. He played at LSU. He's from out here in Baton Rouge, but he played at LSU and he went to New England named Jeremy Hill. I knew somebody who was real close to him. And he was telling us how the shit really is rigged and how it was rigged for Tom Brady and how Tom Brady had so much power. Even if you look at this nigga wrong, your ass was off the team. But he also said it was certain things he couldn't speak on that he knew, like he knew beforehand he was gonna lose. Put it to you that way. So, and see how you all don't even really remember Jeremy Hill. He's an average player. He was good at LSU, but when he went to NFL, he was just another number. And he even knew that it was some fluke shit going on in the league. So I get what you're saying that everybody's not in on it or don't know, but I don't know, man. It's some truth. These players know something. These players know something, bro. They paying them all these millions of dollars, and half the time they be injured and shit. And you think they just doing this, just giving them money just for nothing? Your ass injured most of the season, didn't play, and only get a few touches or whatever. Get on the field a few times, and they give you all these millions. And you think they just out here? Is all honest? I mean, come on, man. They know something.
I mean,
They know something.
if they giving these dudes all this money to keep their mouth closed, and they got them to sign NDAs. Why would he divulge that to you?
Why would he devote that? Because niggas don't give a damn about NDAs.
And
They
that's
know.
what
Put it to you. Put it
whole
to you
point.
this way.
That's my
Put it
whole
to you
point.
this. Put it to you this way. Put it to you this way. He's not gonna go in public and say that shit.
But it had,
But he'll tell his homeboys on the phone, yeah, that shit, da 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 da.
But some players have done that though. And then think about this: like, why would LeBron go on national television on the Pat McAfee show and say you trying to like the whole thing about Cleveland picking him at number one? Like he was pretty much alluding to it being rigged. Why
LeBron is the NBA. They're not gonna give a fuck.
Come on, man. The face of the league, they don't give a fuck about him doing that. The face of the league.
He's the face of the league. And you think they're gonna publicly shame him or make the shit public that they're gonna do something to him for him doing that or saying that? You really think they're gonna do that publicly to him? And he's the face of the goddamn league?
Of course, they're not going to do it publicly. Like, why would they tell on themselves? What I'm saying is, if this guy's the face of the league and they've convinced him to keep the secret, why would, especially if he already knows what the secret is, why would he go on the Pat McAfee show and say, "Man, you telling me that?"
Actually, how do you explain the Joker having the tennis racket as a child with a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt, and then winning the championship? Right after the Joker won the Grand Slam. How do you explain that? He was wearing the Denver Nuggets sweat.
Say that again.
Jokic, when he won the finals with the Denver Nuggets.
What about
remember the photo that went viral of him as a child in the year 2000 of him holding a tennis racket with a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt? You remember that photo?
No, I don't remember.
Let me pull it up.
I never seen it.
I seen it.
Yeah,
I seen it.
Right,
I know what you're talking about.
No, I never seen it.
Can you see it?
All
right. Right about now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so he's wearing that's Jokic on the right. He's wearing a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt with a tennis racket, and then he wins the championship for Denver right after the other Joker won the Grand Slam. 23 years after this photo was taken, when Joker equals 23. And they both have the nickname Joker.
Right. Okay. What you saying?
You're saying that they don't know. So you're saying that it's just a coincidence that in the year 2000 he just happens to have a Denver Nuggets sweatshirt and ends up being a franchise player for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, I'm saying that there's no way Tatum knew to fall at the 308 mark, like after him and Kobe.
You don't know that unless you ask him. You don't know that unless you ask him.
Say that again.
You don't know that unless you ask him.
Unless you ask who?
Jason Tatum.
But if he's keeping the secret, he wouldn't tell me nothing.
So you're just speculating that he doesn't know.
No, we're both speculating. No, nobody have any facts.
Again,
this is all
you gotta use common sense to see through the deception.
Speculation, bro.
What I'm saying is you have to use common sense to see through the deception. Like, for example, I don't think it's a coincidence that Jokic is wearing this sweatshirt with a tennis racket in his hand, and then he wins the championship right after the Joker won the Grand Slam.
I don't think so either, but I don't know the inner workings. I don't know how they pulled it off. But you can't convince me of the players being in on it, bro. What do you mean?
The players are the ritual, bro.
The perfect example of my point is Tatum and Kobe both falling at the 308 mark, and neither one of them are watching the clock. Like, how did they pull it off? Neither one of them was watching the clock, bro. Both of them fell at the 308 mark and with the same injury, and within the fourth quarter. Like, how did they pull it off? Neither one of them was watching the clock at all. Like, and it literally happened at the 308 mark. It didn't happen a second later or a second earlier. Both of them happened literally at the 308 mark, precisely. There's nobody is that good, bro. It's something else is going on. What it is, I don't know, but it's something else going on. Nobody is that good at acting, bro. Especially considering the fact when I see these players on movies and commercials, they are ass. They are subpar actors. They're not good. It's just not good for TV. But they're great on the floor when it comes to acting. No, I don't believe that, man. I think it's something else. I don't know.
You keep saying that you play basketball. Don't you know that players that have the basketball in their hand, they have to watch the clock?
No shit, bro. But that doesn't mean you're going to be able to pull the ritual off precisely like that. Like Tatum wasn't watching the clock when the pop happened. It was at the 308 mark. He wasn't looking at the clock. Like he didn't know that, bro.
He
Like,
looked at the clock when it was at 3:10, and then he fell on the floor.
No, he didn't, man. He was executing a pass at that moment. He was not looking at the clock. When the Achilles rupture happened, the ball wasn't in his hands. He had passed the ball. And then right when he tried to take off, that's when it happened. He was not looking at the clock at all. And Kobe wasn't either. And they both happened at the 308 mark.
Okay, how can you confirm when somebody is looking at something?
How do you confirm?
Yeah, how do you confirm that? Whether he's looking at something or not?
Man, two or 3 seconds after he gave the ball up, bro, he was not looking for 2 or 3 seconds.
How
he was not
can you
looking
confirm if a player is looking at a certain object on the floor? How do you
by looking at him looking at the flow when he was on his way
down. He was looking at the floor. So
yeah, he was
how
looking
do you
at
know he was looking at the floor?
The ball to Jaylen Brown. His attention was nowhere near clock.
Okay, so let me ask you something. What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at, Topsy?
I don't know, but I'm just talking about Tatum.
I'm looking at the screen, Topsy. I'm looking at the screen.
I'm not in your house. You don't, but ain't no screen. Only thing on the screen is your microphone and your face. There is no.
What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at?
I don't know, man. I'm
looking at my phone. Got it wrong. What am I looking at now?
I don't know, bro. All I'm saying is
at the
308 mark, Kobe and Tatum was not looking at a clock.
That's what I'm saying is, how do you know what somebody is looking at?
From looking at him, bro. From looking at Tatum.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's do a test right now. Can you tell me
that doesn't do it justice? This is not doing it justice.
What am I looking at right now? What am I looking at? You can't tell what I'm looking at.
No.
Okay. Moving on.
You said that right precisely at the 1 minute, the 1 hour and 13 minute mark. National Basketball Association. Yeah, bro. Like I don't know. We just got a difference of opinions when it comes to that, bro. You believe that they're paid actors. I don't believe. I think that they're paid, but they're not actors. I think there are unwilling participants in rituals that are taking place on a way more intelligent and deeper level than we understand. And that's why these people run the earth, because they know the mechanics and the inner workings of the earth that we average motherfuckers don't know. That's why they keep us entertained with dumb shit like Tory Lanez.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Will Smith slapping the fuck out of somebody and so on and so forth. That's why they keep us entertained with stuff like that, because they studying the real intelligent stuff. And that's why we're not allowed to go to Area 51 and all these other places that are highly prohibited, because that's where the magic is going down there. That's why you have to protect your secret. Like if you have to protect your power. If you have something that keeps you in power and you don't want the masses to get to it, you have to protect it, bro. And that's why they have places like that highly secured, and there's military bases around places like that, because that's where the real secrets are. It's esoteric and ancient knowledge in those places, and that's what enables them to be empowered the way that they are. There is something like black magic that's real, and ritual. All of that stuff is real, bro. They don't just do that stuff for no reason. It's something behind that stuff, bro. They're not just pulling this off through technology and actors. Fuck no, man. This is deeper than what we know, man. It's deeper than rap.
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. They tell you all the time what the fuck they doing in these movies. They tell you all the time. It ain't no secret. It's just people can't read in between the lines and see the truth is right in front of them all the time. It ain't no secret. It's just
somebody's playing the video in the background. You have to mute that. Whoever that is.
That's not mine.
Hey Arthur, I'm coming to New York City. I'm gonna go fuck your daughters, both of them. You made me lose 8K, you fucking nigger. Fuck you, nigger.
So you're gonna all right. So I want you to say that on camera so that way the police can hear it. Because my daughters is 10 and 11 years old. So you're gonna fuck an 11-year-old? You're gonna all right. So I want you to say that on camera so that way the police can hear it. Because my daughters is 10 and 11 years old. Well, what's your name, Connor? You're gonna all right. So I want you to say that on camera. Vinny, it's actually your video playing in the background.
Is it me?
Yeah. So Connor. Vinny, it's actually your video. Connor. You want to have sex with an 11-year-old? Connor.
I think Connor had a mayonnaise attack.
Wow, what happened to Connor? He likes
He
11-year-olds.
got quiet. He got quiet when he said,
Yeah, he likes to have sex with 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds. Wow.
You know that's a part. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna even say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing. These are the people in this community.
Yo, but I was thinking about something because somebody said something in the chat.
Go ahead.
About like how Alex Smith and the Alex Smith and Joe Theismann injury.
How do you pull that off? Please explain that one to me. Explain that.
Have you seen how they had it lined up? How they had the defensive player of the year is the one that hurt
Perfectly. Everything is perfect to a T. Like, how do you pull that off? That's it. Like, it's no way that's acting, bro. There's no way that's acting. Like that. There's a very nuanced, meticulous, perfect, precise script, bro.
Okay, let me ask you
how
something.
do you pull that off?
What about the Josh Hart injury? Does that look real to you guys?
But we can't skip past the Alex Smith and Joe Theismann. That's a perfect example.
But
what about the Josh Hart? That's the most recent injury in sports. The Josh Hart to the eye.
Not really. Not really.
So they're faking some and then the other ones are real? I don't get it.
Man, these are rituals. It's magic. Rituals. These things.
It's fake. Josh Hart's injury was fake.
All of it is fake, bro. But it's scripted through. It's scripted. Through
nobody's
magic,
getting
bro.
hurt. Is what I mean when I say fake. I mean nobody's getting hurt.
Nobody is getting hurt. Did you not see Joe Theismann's leg snap in two different places, bro?
Did you not see Josh Hart's face yesterday?
Joe Theismann's leg would look like the letter Z, bro.
I like how you keep ignoring the Josh Hart injury, though.
So what do you Topsy, what are you trying to say about that injury there? Because I'm trying to understand your point.
What do you mean?
So you're saying that happened and it was scripted, but you don't know. You're saying how did they? Oh, you're trying to say how did they link that up with Alex Smith in the
perfectly like that. How? Like it happened at the exact on the same spot of the field, the same team. Like how did they pull it off, bro? That's more than acting, bro. You can't just that ain't. There's no way Alex Smith just hurt himself like that. Like there's no way you can get a person's leg to snap like that, bro. Like that's not.
Talk to
acting,
me about
bro.
this photograph, Topsy, right there. The Josh Hart's face. Does that look like real blood?
That's real blood. Yeah, why not? Why is that not real blood? Dudes get hit in the face all the time. Are you kidding me? These are world-class athletes, bro, going body to body. Are you kidding me? Big dudes, big ass dudes, 6 feet, 7 feet, and they all world-class athletes going toe to toe, and they going under the baskets like elbows dropping and shit. Are you kidding me? Yeah, somebody could easily bleed, bro. Easily. That's nothing. Like, but we just have a difference of opinion, bro, when it comes to this. Like, I believe that it's all fake and scripted, but it's like our opinions are a little more
what
nuanced.
you saying, it's on a higher level.
It's on a higher. That's what I'm saying. It's on a level that we don't like. We don't know enough to really understand the functionality of this shit, the mechanics of it.
Yeah, but that goes back to what you said earlier. Is that obviously we'll never know. We can only speculate.
Exactly, and that's my point. Like it's all opinion based. Like Arthur think that they're paid actors, and I think that it's on a deeper level than that. But ultimately, both of our opinions are theories. It's just opinions. We don't literally know what they're doing. We can have a strong stance on it, but it don't mean that you're right. Like it's just all opinions, bro. It's just theories. We don't know. We're not in the inner circle of these people.
Just because you can't tell real from fake, do not put that on everybody.
I ain't tripping. Well, that's you, bro. If that's your opinion. I ain't tripping on that. I'm just speaking for myself.
I can tell a real $20 bill from a mile away.
I have a strong stance on something when I don't actually know. I don't know.
You show me a fake $20 bill and a real $20 bill, I can tell you which one is real. Hey. Some people might not be able to do that. I get it.
Yeah.
So Peter says that Gordon Hayward's injury could be the start of the Celtics. I remember the Gordon Hayward injury.
Injury could be the start of this.
I remember that.
He retired last year when they won. Oh,
Somebody
he's talking about
said
yeah.
Gordon
He's talking about. I
Hayward
think that
injury.
was 2017.
Yeah, that was a horrific injury.
That was the first game of the year when they played Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
The Paul George stuff looked real too, but
Exactly. When his legs snapped in half on that stanchion, when he got what was that preseason ball or the Olympics? It was one
That
of
was
them.
that was like the showcase for the Olympics.
Like what? Like how do you execute? You trying to tell me he just drove his leg into that shit on purpose? Hell no, man. This stuff is deeper than rap, bro. We just don't know. We can
a
only
lot
make
of people are agreeing that the blood looks fake. I mean, isn't it the same thing they do in wrestling?
Yeah, I was about to say that's the blood thing. Like the
but that right there is basic though. That's like that's nothing compared to Paul George snapping his leg in half or Joe Theismann snapping his leg and like explain that. You let's say I agree with you on the fake blood shit. Like let's get past that. Explain to me Joe Theismann and Paul George. Explain that. I
have to rewatch it before.
Yeah, you have to. There's a picture of showing like the yard line that it was the same yard line. It was a defensive player of the year and stuff like that.
Defensive player of the year. Yeah. All of them, both of them wear 99. Or I think so. I don't know about that.
Well, no, I think Lawrence Taylor was 50. It was
Lawrence Taylor was
56.
I can't remember who set. What's his name though?
Oh, JJ Watt.
Yeah, JJ Watt. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like how do you pull that off, bro? Like that's beyond acting, bro. Like that's like the directors of this shit is on another level, genius wise, or what they know. They have access to esoteric knowledge, bro. That's just what it boils down to. Like something that enables them to do things from like a magic standpoint. It just has to, bro. Like it's beyond just players just being in on it and being paid actors, bro. That's to me, that's like a naive standpoint to believe that all players are in on it, bro. Like that's just explaining something the best way you can because you don't really know. We don't know, so that's the best way we can explain that is to say
it's called having common. I'm gonna keep saying this the entire stream. It's called having common sense. That's it.
Well, because now that you say that, it makes me think that most of the big injuries, only happen to the big time players. So.
That's a great point, Vinny. Thank you.
I know.
Think about that, right? If these players are not in on it, I mean, if they are in, what did you just say? You're saying they're not in on it. That only some of them are, right? Why is it that during the playoffs, it's always a big time player to get hurt? Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Paul George. It's never Alex Caruso.
Kawhi Leonard,
one of these bench warmers.
Kawhi Leonard,
yeah, but like that argument, like when you make that argument, like you're assuming that I'm thinking that it's happening naturally. No, I don't believe it's happening naturally. I think that it's happened on another level, like on some magic shit. I don't believe that these players are just
so they have the power to break people's legs whenever they want. That's what you're saying.
What he's saying is
I think that. Why not? Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that? Fucking Kobe Bryant's Myles Garrett and fucking Castanet is Diddy. Why can't
who believes that?
Or Ant-Man is Jordan's son. Jimmy Butler is Jordan's son. I don't believe that.
There's a lot of truth to that. I've never made the claim that Kobe Bryant is Myles Garrett. I never made that claim.
But I ain't just talking about you though. I'm just saying like in general. There's a lot of people in this community that believe it. So why can't Magic be real? If Kobe Bryant can play 2 decades of professional basketball,
if Magic is real, give me an example.
And then switch over to football, the most physically demanding sport, and play the most physically demanding position.
If Magic is real, give me an example of a magical moment in sports.
A magical moment?
Yeah.
Shit, Kawhi Leonard, the fucking shot that bounced on the rim for 8.
What's magical about him running to the corner, throwing the ball in the air, and then the technology to the rest?
How can technology do that? How can technology make the ball?
You see how many times that ball hit the rim?
Huh?
You see how many times that ball hit the rim?
Yeah, exactly. How can technology do that? How can technology make the ball stay on the rim and bounce on the rim 8 times? Like that's beyond technology, bro. Technology can guide the ball in the rim, but how can it make it stay on the rim and bounce on the rim 8 times and then make it?
So that's your magical moment. Kawhi Leonard
I ain't gonna
shooting a basketball from the corner.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard, Joe Theismann snapping his leg 33 years before Alex Smith doing it. fucking the lady wearing the bloody nose Nash t-shirt to the game, and then Booker smashes his nose into the dude's head. But it's so many magical moments. What you mean? It's hella magical moments.
But if you bring up the Joe Theismann thing and the Alex Smith thing, that's just them rehearsing it again and doing the script again.
Yeah, but how can you get the legs to break though? Their legs actually broke. Like that footage didn't lie. Joe Theismann legs snapped in 2 places. And Alex Smith snapped too.
But if you ask,
explain that, like y'all keep going around that. Explain that. Explain the leg breaks. Because those happen. The leg breaks happen. Explain those.
So you don't think they sent the hit out on the quarterback? You don't think that could be possible? Like how
sent the hit out.
Thank you, Fresco.
Bro, you can send a hit out, but can you make the leg snap like that though?
Yes.
Man, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on,
That's
man.
Like,
but we could just say it's not real again. Like we could just say like Simple Truth's been saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but again, bro, it just boils down to a difference of opinion, bro. Like I'm not gonna budge on my stance. You're not gonna budge on yours, and I ain't mad at that. We all got our opinions, but at the end of the day, it's just that.
Are you reading what the people are saying?
I ain't tripping. Like what the people say bothers you. It don't bother me. Everybody got their opinion, bro. I ain't mad at that. I don't have to read what they saying. People got their opinion.
The things you're just saying is just very like. It's just off the. Oh my gosh, it just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Bro, they put hits out on players in football all the time, bro. All the time. The situation was the only situation that got exposed because the NFL.
Yeah, I remember the Saints. What's his name? The Saints old
Greg
coach.
Williams.
The Saints old coach. They got suspended a whole year for that. For putting.
But they wasn't the only ones doing it. I'm guaranteed.
But what I'm saying, my point is the whole time they was putting boundaries on people in that whole year. The whole year they was putting boundaries on people. Nobody's legs snapped. So why didn't it happen then? Like if they could just control when the players snap.
Players did get hurt. Players get knocked out.
Yeah, but they legs didn't snap though. Nobody legs snapped. Like in these 2 situations where both of these players are the quarterback for the Washington Commanders, both of their legs snapped in the ritual. And with the same on the same spot of the field, like bro, you're not telling me that's just a coincidence. No, bro.
All right, what about the player for Louisville who snapped his leg?
Oh, Ritual. Oh yeah.
They control it, bro. Ritual. I believe all that stuff is like some type of whatever name you want to put on it. Black magic, whatever, wizardry.
College sports is not tampered to that.
Man, you are crazy as hell. Collegiate and professional sports are rigged. You crazy.
It's rigged. I'm saying
collegiate and professional sports are rigged. Yes,
it's not tampered like that, bro.
Man, you are crazy. Both of these have big money in them, bro. Collegiate and professional sports have huge money in them, bro. Both of them.
I don't think you realize how contradictory you are.
How am I
scripted? But then you saying all the players are not in on it, and then you saying that it's rigged.
No, bro.
Everybody's rigging it.
Well, like that, yeah, because that's what I was saying earlier. Because
if I have technology and magic, I don't need the players to be in on it. That's my whole point. Like, yes, it's scripted, bro, but you don't need. If I got magic and
you're saying that the NBA has honest players who are really trying to compete.
Yeah. Not everybody is corrupted. Yes, some of them are just honestly trying to compete, bro. Yeah. And again, bro, that's just a difference of opinion, bro. You believe what you believe.
How is that an opinion, my man? That is not an opinion. That is just false.
How you can't prove it? You can't prove that none of these players know that the only thing you can do is theorize, bro. Nobody has no real hardcore evidence that you can present in a court of law that will win over 12 jurors. Nobody in this community does.
Yes, we do. We have testimony.
You only have numerical alignments, bro. You don't have no evidence.
No.
No, you don't, bro.
Players.
You would not convince 12 jurors of what you have.
No.
There's no evidence that you have that will convince 12 jurors.
We have former players testifying on video, like Larry Johnson and others, confirming that the pro leagues are rigged and scripted and that they are in on it.
That's not no evidence. That's not evidence.
Testimony is not evidence. What are you talking about?
That's not evidence. I've seen dudes go to murder trials and
testify
and they still beat the rap. Yeah, my brother had 4 people testify on him and he still beat the murder rap. He sat for a year and a half, 18 months.
Testimony
he beat the murder rap. You got to have hardcore
No.
evidence, bro.
No. This is not the same. This is testimony from the people involved.
No evidence, though.
If your brother would have testified on himself, he would have gotten convicted.
If he would have testified on himself, what are you saying?
That's what these players are doing. They're testifying against themselves.
Bro, but he had 4 people come to court and take the stand.
No, but if your brother would have testified, would have admitted, it's not. I don't think it's called testimony.
Like,
and matter of fact, when I went to trial, I had 4 people come stand trial on me when I went to trial, bro. And I beat the trial.
Yourself?
I was facing 554 months, and I beat that shit. Bro, you're not convinced of any of that, huh?
All right. So what about the Raiders? What about the Raiders players, including Jerry Rice, coming out and saying the other team, the Buccaneers, knew they whole shit?
You going back to the Charles Smith stuff?
Yeah, I believe he's right, but that's not no evidence in the court of law, bro. In the court of law, bro, you have to have
them saying that the shit was rigged.
Yeah, but if people can come and stand trial on you and you still beat a charge, bro, clearly it's not evident.
That's irrelevant, bro.
No, that is relevant, bro. In the court of law, you would sound like a madman if you went in there and tried to argue gematria.
These players playing the NFL, playing the NBA, are coming out telling you the shit rigged.
You can
say that ain't enough.
I mean, that was
well, evidently it's not, because the system's still going without fail, without nobody interrupting it. Yeah, evidently not. It's not
because they make it real clear that it's entertainment purposes. It's entertainment. They make it real clear.
They can never be tried in the court of law because they say it's entertainment purposes.
Exactly. So they tell you that it's fake. They tell you that it's fake. It's entertainment.
It's in contract that it's fake.
I mean, you think about it. You're a fan of a team, and like say for instance, you're a fan of the Boston. If Boston and Tatum got hurt, that's them pulling. If you're like really involved in it, that's pulling on your heartstrings pretty much.
Yes, and they tell you
what you mean by that?
Like they're like if you're invested in it, and like say you were a Boston fan and Tatum got hurt, that goes back to it's just entertainment at the end of the day. Like it's not like you're gonna stop watching just because Tatum got hurt.
I mean, yeah, but I don't see what's the point you making with that?
Because you just sat up there and said if it's rigged, why is it still going on?
Yeah, like if these players, if their opinion was so valid, like y'all saying, how come that shit doesn't bring down the system, bro?
Because they've already went to the court.
Because the NBA
they already said
considered a form of entertainment.
So what's why are we even trying to expose it then? If that's the case, why are we wasting our time?
Masses why are we wasting our time? They don't realize everything that's behind the entertainment, like the ritualism, like how they like to terrorize cities and do other type of rituals like what they did in Philadelphia right before the Super Bowl. All
right, let's circle the wagon in. Where's your evidence that they're doing those things? Numerical alignments?
Oh my God.
No, but
are you gonna argue numerical alignments in a court of law?
There's like shootings and stuff that are involved. They're connected to the sports.
Bro, I'm with you. I believe that they're doing that, but where is your evidence though? You can't take this argument in the court of law, bro, and win. You're not going to. You saying like your evidence is numerical alignments, bro. That's like, what is that? That's not good enough. You saying because these numbers align that, damn, they must be doing a ritual. Or damn, they must
me to what? You want me to have? You have me going to what? You want me to have what?
I'm saying that you can't argue gematria and coding in the court of law, bro. You can't. That shit won't say you'll look like a crazy person.
This ain't the damn court of law.
But my point is, when I say that, is like, if you're trying to sway people's opinion or get people to get behind what you're saying, you can't just go to somebody and say, look how these numbers align. Damn, they must be sacrificing somebody. Like most people, when I try to tell these people this shit, bro, they be looking at me like I'm crazy, bro. That's why I don't even try it no more. Yeah, like, where's your actual evidence? You don't have no real evidence, bro.
That's why.
I can go out and find Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant and do a live stream with them next to me. And you know what people will say? That's not really them.
I'm just saying, like, bruh, out of all the people that's in this community, you're the only person in your family that studies this stuff. No, like nobody else in your family. You might have 1 or 2 people that like in this community that might have a person else, like a family member that studies this stuff with them. But for the most part, anybody that's in this community that studies this stuff, bro, you're the only one in your family that does it, bro. And that's
the thing. You want us to take this to a court of law, the court of law that's ran by.
No, I'm not saying literally the court of law. I'm saying is like if you're trying to get people to believe in what you're saying, you have to have some real evidence, bro. Like extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, bro. Like saying numbers because numbers align, then that means that they got to be killing people. Like most people, bro. When I say this stuff, bro,
look what this person wrote. He wrote, y'all bring this to the court. It's called case law. You bring all these numerical alignments and deaths of actors and all that. So he's saying
that ain't nobody doing it then, bro. If that's the case, how come ain't nobody doing it? Like I'm just trying to figure out why.
Because we were learning to say words and learn stuff through numbers. That's why.
Man, most people don't even, bro. This community probably makes up 1% of the world's population, bro.
Yeah, that's
and
what
it's been
I'm
like that for the last 12 years. Don't nobody give a shit about this, bro. And you don't have to look at viewership online. All you got to do is pay attention to when Zach go out and pound pavement and look how many people engage him in conversation. People don't.
Let me answer this question.
Because most people don't want their peace interrupted. Even most people think there is something to this, but most people are smart enough to realize that you knocking on the devil's door, and you can only put yourself in danger, but your family in danger. And that's why most people don't delve into this stuff, bro. Because most people aren't dumb enough to do that shit. It's only a select few of us that are. And even then, like, I don't think when it really come down to it, real pressure is applied to this community, niggas ain't with this shit, man. Motherfuckers is not trying to go out here and really face the cabal, bro, because they got stuff that we can't even stand. We can't stand next to these people. I don't know why niggas faking that like they can.
That's not true. Enough of us
community.
But let me just answer this person the question. He says, "What the fuck this has to do with anything?" This is a great topic.
I don't know. Tell him to call in. I can't that can mean a lot of things. Tell him to call in with that question. Don't type it in the chat. Call in with it so we can understand the real context of your question.
Let me answer him, Topsy. Let me answer him. The reason this conversation is important is because we're trying to find something definitive. Because obviously the things that we have shown is not enough. So we're trying to find something definitive, more. We're just trying to find something more definitive than what we already shown to convince the average sheeple, because they're always gonna find a reason to deny it, right?
It's called pushing the conversation forward.
Yeah,
that's what you do. You're supposed to be able to have these conversations because a lot of us have a difference of opinion, and the way you like get a better I don't know. You get a better conclusion of the situation when you have these conversations, bro. It's called pushing the conversation forward, my nigga. Like, I don't care how heated I get in this conversation, bro. I don't feel no way towards nobody. That's just the passion that comes with this shit. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe, bro. But at the end of the day, it's all just theories. It's hypotheticals. It's nobody has.
But the thing that gets me annoyed is when you say that the things that we show that because. It's still
like a theory, bro. That's what a theory is. You don't have no real evidence. You don't have no evidence, bro. Where's the evidence? You don't have no evidence.
That's the part that gets me that disturbs me.
Because that's what it really is, but it's just an opinion.
If you have common sense, you don't need physical evidence.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, my nigga. But at the end of the day, there is no real evidence, and nobody got in this community that really like proves what you're saying, bro. It's just an opinion, bro. It's all it sums up to at the end of the day. There ain't no real hardcore evidence that really proves what you're saying. You're not in the inner circle with these people doing this stuff.
Okay, let me ask you something. Because a lawyer actually asked me this question when I was doing jury duty a few years ago, and this is the thing about, I don't know if you ever done jury duty, but when you're on the jury, they one of the qualifications is you have to have common sense, or else they won't pick you. And the way they quiz you is they ask you certain questions, and depending on your answer is how they determine how high is your common sense. For example, one of the questions that they asked me was, if a person is coming out of a train station, underground train station, he's coming up, and the person is wet, what does that tell you?
If a person did what?
If he comes out and their whole body is drenched in water.
Comes out of where?
He comes out of a train station.
And his whole body's wet coming out of.
And his whole body is wet. What does that tell you? And he's holding an umbrella. But at the location where he got off at, it's not raining. What does common sense tell you that happened to that person?
I don't know. But before you answer that, allow all of us to answer that.
Yeah, all right. What do you think happened?
That means it rained before he got on the train.
What about you, What about you, Fresco?
I say the same thing. It must have been raining.
What about you, Topsy?
I mean, logic tells you that the same thing.
Okay, you see, that's called having common sense. You don't have to be there to see it. You don't have to ask him anything. He doesn't have to admit it to you. You can see it. You can see him coming out with an umbrella in his hand and drenched in water, and confirm that before he got into the train station, wherever he got on at, it was raining.
Yeah, but everybody answered that though.
Yes,
so what's your point?
But that's called having common sense. You don't need the person to tell you. Listen, you don't need the person to tell you that it was raining. He doesn't have to admit it to you. You can see it and confirm it. That's called having common sense. Yeah. And that's one of the questions that they asked me. There were people who were confused. They said, oh, maybe he fell in a puddle. Oh, maybe. Those are the type of answers that the guy was getting. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He has an umbrella in his hand.
Yeah, but it's
how did he fall in a puddle?
But think about all the people that's been wrongfully accused of a crime, like a murder, and come to find out years later they didn't do it. And all the evidence pointed to them doing it though. But come to find out years later they didn't do it. So I don't get that. Like I feel like in order to really prove somebody's guilt, you have to have hardcore evidence, bro. Like
not all the time. Not all the time. You just gotta prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
There's been a lot of people wrongfully accused of a crime that they didn't do. And a lot of evidence that pointed to them doing it and they didn't do it. So for me, my opinion, just based off me, like I'm just theorizing. I don't know what the fuck these people doing. I think there is a secret there's a secret group controlling things behind the scenes with a numerical system and killing people and sacrificing people. But I don't have no real evidence, bro. I'm not gonna have such a strong stance like I actually know. I don't know. It's just a theory of mine. You can choose to believe what you want to believe, and I ain't mad at that. But for me, it's just I'm just speaking theoretically.
Going back to what you were saying about the court of law, this is what I'm saying. You're very contradictory. You just said that people get wrongly convicted all the time, right?
Yeah.
So that means if we take this information to court, it doesn't do anything, because even if we provide them with all the evidence and all the facts, they can still say that it doesn't mean anything. So why does it matter what a court of law thinks about this information? We don't need to convince a judge. We need to convince the masses.
But you have to have something convincing though in a court of law. You can't just go in there and say, I think that there's a secret society killing people behind the scenes. And the reason why I believe that is because numbers align. Like that's not gonna get you nowhere, bro. That's not gonna get you anywhere.
What do you expect the courts to do?
What do you mean? I'm not expecting the courts to do anything. I'm just saying, like my point, like if you're trying to sway people, if you're trying to gain the opinion of the people, you have to have some extraordinary evidence, bro, for these extraordinary claims, bro. That's why most people don't bat an eye when you talking to them with this stuff. Because we just on the outside looking in. We just ordinary people just like them, bro. We don't have no evidence.
There's over 100,000 people in this community that can see through the deception. That's what gets me annoyed. Because
100,000 people compared to 9 billion people. It's 9 billion people on the planet.
That's not even 1%
You're not going to get 9 billion people to believe in the same shit.
Yeah, but you want to gain more traction than what we got. Yeah, because we've been around for over a decade and still ain't got nowhere. It's the same. If anything, the viewership has regressed. Zach don't get the same views that he once got.
No fucking views.
Yes, it is views, because the views are the people. You trying to wake people up. What you talking about?
You don't know that. You don't know if those views are accurate. I've already explained this to you.
And again, like, don't even pay attention to the views. Just pay attention to the times when Zach went out and pounded the pavement. How many people gave a fuck what he was talking about? Nobody. People was lost in the matrix, and that's what they wanted. They don't give a fuck about that shit. It's like the dude Cypress from the Matrix when he was like, man, I don't want to remember nothing. I want to eat steaks, and I want to have a nice job, a nice life. Once people realize what the Matrix is, but they don't want to be tapped into that shit. They want to live their life and be happy. People already deal with enough with day-to-day life. You trying to tell them to take on this stressful ass bullshit too? That's why people don't. People don't want to be bothered with this shit.
Yeah,
that's just bad.
You think the people that lost their homes during Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Katrina, you think those people don't want to know what really happened? Huh?
No, I don't. If it's something that's really stressful,
motherfucking lie. I'm out in Louisiana.
Because I try to have these conversations with my grandmother. My grandmother don't give a fuck about this shit. My grandmother. Yeah,
you say what you want. Want to know what happened.
Yeah, but if that pattern keeps happening, those people like you said with Katrina. Obviously, that was like the first big hurricane. They're gonna be like,
they ain't wake up. 9/11 happened. They ain't do shit. Oklahoma City bombing. They ain't do shit. Hurricane Katrina. They ain't do shit.
They don't know. They don't know what happened.
What you mean they don't know? They ain't nobody asking questions. People don't want to know, man. People don't want to know.
How you not a spokesperson for the people? So how
exactly? How
All I
do
gotta
you
do is
know
read
that?
the comments. All I gotta do is read the comments. I'm not just on Gematria platform. I'm on other major platforms, bro. I'm on other major platforms and I read the comments. People know what's going on. They just don't want to be bothered with it.
Like you telling us that this ain't enough evidence. That ain't enough evidence to prove what you said.
That's what I'm saying.
Clearly it ain't moving the needle.
That's all your opinion.
This community ain't got nowhere. This community been around for over a decade and they ain't got nowhere.
Where you wanted to go then? Where you wanted to go?
Where is it?
Where you
That's
wanted to
a
go?
good question.
It ain't where I wanted to go. It's the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose of it is to wake people up.
So obviously you wanted to go somewhere. So where you wanted to go?
Bro, the whole point of this community is to wake people up, and you ain't got nowhere.
Topsy, how many times have we gone out and have meetings in different cities?
I don't know. I just know the few times Zach pounded pavement, ain't nobody give a fuck what he was talking about. That's all I know.
Let me ask you something. How come you never came out? Why you didn't come out to New York City?
Man, because I got day-to-day life. I ain't got time to be coming out to no New York City. I got life that I got to deal with.
You're not a part of this community.
Right.
You don't ain't a part of this community.
Come over here and they say.
How do you call yourself part of this community when you don't even care enough or have? You just said it right now. You said I don't care.
No, ain't nobody care. I got my own life to deal with. I ain't got time to be going out to no.
You don't have time for change. So you're part of the problem.
No, I impact change in my area. Like most people in my area don't.
You can't make time for this.
Say what?
If you can't make time for this, you're part of the problem.
How I don't make time? Because I don't come to New York. New York ain't the only place in the world where you can spread the knowledge. I spread the knowledge in North Carolina, where I'm from. I don't got time to come all the way to North Carolina. I take care of my grandma, bro, and I got day-to-day life. I don't got time to stop for that.
You said you spread the knowledge in North Carolina, but you just said earlier that nobody cares about hearing that.
Yeah. I've been doing this for 10 years. Like I stopped spreading the knowledge like a year or two ago because I realized that most people don't give a fuck about this shit. But 8 years before that,
so why are you here?
What? Why am I here in this community? Nigga, because I want to be, nigga, because I gamble. Because this is what I do. I prefer to be in esoteric knowledge, bro. This is what I do. Like you ain't gotta just be here. You think I'm the only person here that ain't for the spreading the knowledge, bro? There's a lot of people here that's just for the gambling, bro, or just like coding. Like I'm not the only one that's like that. There's mad people in this community like that. They don't want nothing to do with spreading no knowledge, but they here for the gambling and for the coding and shit because people like doing that shit. I like coding. It's my type of shit. I like esoteric knowledge. That's the type of shit. That's why I'm here. I don't give a fuck about spreading shit. I don't give a fuck about waking nobody up. It ain't my responsibility.
There it is. Now it's coming out. You don't give a fuck about spreading the knowledge. Now it's coming out. Go ahead, Topsy. The more you talk, the more you expose yourself. Go ahead.
No, I've been saying this. I've been told you this. When we first started having this conversation, I told you that.
I know you don't care. So you're part of the problem.
No, I ain't a part of no problem. What have you gotten with it? What have you gotten with waking people up? No fucking way.
That's what you think.
You're part of the problem, G.
You're part of
no problem. Where have you gotten with it?
Because you had that mindset, that low
mindset is what keeping us back.
What bring everybody down. Everybody who got
man,
that mindset,
please,
like
man.
yours,
people don't give a fuck about this shit, man. People don't give a fuck about this shit.
That's literally what it is. People like with this mindset that keep with this doom, like, oh, you bringing up case law and all this stuff. What does that have to do with the real facts that's being shown? You know what I'm saying? They using the language to manipulate things. The language that you speak, you don't know nothing about the language. You was just taught a language, and they're manipulating like the whole world with this language that's universal, and they're using it. And then you sitting here telling other people, nah, we need more evidence. What more do you need? Like, this is like concrete. This is the reason why you hate.
Not only that, it's fucking blatant.
Like, it's right in your face. Like, this is what, like, people that's
who said anything about case laws? Who said anything about case law? No, I did not. I did not.
You said in the court of law. You keep bringing up the court of law. Like,
what they got to do with case laws? I ain't said nothing about no case laws. What I said, my point is,
hold on. If you bring this to court, it's called case law. That's what you're trying to say.
That shit is not gonna work. That shit don't work.
So why are you bringing up court? Why are you bringing up the court system like that? Like what is that? What is
because it's an example. It's an example. I don't see how you don't understand it. It's an example. Like,
all right, so let me say something, Topsy, because I'm on mute right now. The thing is, Topsy, we don't need to convince a judge of anything. That's not who we want to convince. We need to convince the masses.
Right.
Go ahead.
People to believe, you have to have evidence that proves beyond a reasonable doubt what you're saying, bro. Just saying numbers align is not no evidence, man. That's not no evidence. That's why most people don't look at my.
You don't stop talking. You have a problem listening. Did you listen to everything you were saying?
Bro, I heard what you said. You said I brought up case law. I said nothing about case laws.
No,
nothing at all.
You skipped over everything that I said because you was talking.
What was you saying? Go ahead. You got the floor.
The thing is, we don't need to convince a judge of anything.
And there you go again. I'm not talking about no judge. I'm not talking about no judge, bro. That's an example.
Court.
Yeah, because I'm making a point, bro. If you're trying to convince people, bro, you have to have concrete evidence that proves what you're saying, bro. Yes, you do. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, bro. Evidently, you do need evidence because most people you tell this to, they don't give a fuck what you're talking about. If you have some real evidence, they'll get behind what you're saying, bro.
Of undeniable evidence. Give us an example of undeniable evidence.
The smoking gun. You don't have that. All you got is numerical alignments. That ain't no fucking evidence,
you don't think celebrities and stuff is satanic? You don't think they have like satanic ties? You don't think so? We have to see them like doing actual like circles and pentagrams and shit.
I'm saying if you're trying to convince people, you need some real evidence. Just saying just giving your opinion, just giving your opinion is not no evidence. Just giving your opinion is not no evidence, man. You have to have real evidence, bro.
So us seeing celebrities do satanic stuff all the time, doing eye symbolism, throwing up the devil horns. Is that not evidence?
You're not seeing nobody kill nobody. It's just all like speculation. You never seen an elite. You never seen an elite kill nobody.
So you can't just be talking all the whole thing. You gotta say something and let them speak.
If someone is in a celebrity, a family member from a celebrity dies, and then their notoriety shoots up. What do you don't think like?
Yes, I think that's fishy. Yes, I'm with you, bro. I done said that numerous times. I agree with all of that. But what I'm saying, if you're trying to convince people, bro, you have to have some solid evidence. You can't just say, "Damn, this celebrity, this celebrity's family died, and they status went up. Damn, they must have been sacrificed." Where's your evidence? I do believe they're doing that, but where's the fucking evidence?
I'll give you some evidence. 9/11.
Where's the evidence?
The evidence.
Where's the evidence that Bush did it? You don't got no evidence that Bush did anything.
Let me finish. The evidence is that even if you ask any architect, they will confirm that a plane cannot go in a building and the nose of the nose of the plane come out exactly the same how they showed it in the video. That is impossible.
That's and most people know that though. Most people believe that.
Okay, that's evidence. What else do you want?
But all you got to do is look at like conspiracy theory videos about 9/11 that really break it down like that, especially like Zeitgeist. If you go look at Zeitgeist got millions of views. So people are hip to that. People believe that, bro. Like we like that's just one situation. I'm talking about prove that.
That's the biggest situation. September 11th.
What? Say it again.
That's the biggest situation. What other situation? That's the one situation that people should care about the most. We still haven't gotten for that.
Yeah, I just gave credence to what you're saying. Like those like videos that break down, not that decode 9/11, bro. I'm not talking about gematria. I'm talking about people who like talk about stuff scientifically, like it's scientifically impossible for a plane to do this or do that, or a plane can't just buildings can't just fall without it being the beams being pre-cut. Like it's videos that break all of that stuff down, bro, and it's got millions of views, which proves that people are hip to that. Most people don't believe that 9/11 was done by Osama bin Laden. They believe that it was false flag operation.
You act like we don't also point out how these sports go back to members of secret societies and things these athletes, celebrities, presidents said in interviews, etc. We don't just show numbers.
Again, bro, like where's your evidence that proves that like these people are actually being sacrificed? Like where's the smoking gun? Do you got video footage of an elite killing celebrities or celebrities' families? No, you don't. It's all speculation.
Why do you need to see something like that? Why would you need to see?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have. That's what I'm going back to what I was saying about the common sense. If a person doesn't have common sense, he will need that. He will need physical evidence. I need to see it.
Some people need to see it, bro. Some people need to. I believe that they're doing that. I believe that they're doing. I'm not asking for myself. I'm saying if you try to sway other people, you need a smoking gun. Most people don't just say. Most people don't care about no numerical alignments. They want to see a smoking gun, bro. That's just facts. That ain't an opinion. That ain't no emotional shit. That's facts. Most people need a smoking gun, bro.
IQ. That's what I'm saying. Low.
You can call it low IQ, high IQ, mid IQ. It's reality though. Most people need a smoking gun. I don't care how you cut. I don't care how you slice that cake. I don't care how you slice that cake, bro.
Bruh, most people believe in religion, and there's no smoking gun to prove that it's real.
Exactly, which is why you need a smoking gun if you're trying to convince them of this, bro. What you mean? What I'm talking about?
Okay,
bro, evidently you need more. Evidently you need some real evidence, bro. If you're trying to sway the people, because most people don't care about this, bro.
Believe in this information because there's no smoking gun. But most people believe in religion. It's safe to say that most people believe in religion, but there's no smoking gun that their God is real. You get it? That debunks everything you just said now.
How that debunk everything I just said?
Because you're saying most people.
No, bro. So, like bro said, some people got high IQs, some people got low IQs, and for the people that got low IQ, you have to really break it down for them, bro. You have to really break. That's just a fact of the matter. Like I don't care. I don't care if you try to ridicule them and call them stupid or dumb. Some people need that, bro. That's just the fact of the matter. Like that's just reality.
Bruh,
some people need it to be broken down.
Everybody can't make it. Everybody
they
can't.
They've been convinced that
what's the point then? Because that's the masses. Most of the masses
are
on that level.
That's in this chat. That actually have the mindset and the actual IQ to realize, yes, something is wrong. Like everybody here.
But what is that? What is that getting this community? But what is that getting?
I don't finish. Go ahead. Finish.
Like I'm saying, everybody here in this chat, everybody that's on YouTube, on this platform, we all realized one day something was wrong. Like, all right, this data life, this life we live in, is something about it. We can't just be living 9 to 5. Oh, this person died, and then the gematria came, and it came as like, wow, like what the hell? This is actually like another thing that links to all of the bullshit that's going on in society. Like,
but if you can't reach the masses, what's the point? Like you need the masses behind this. But if you can't reach the masses,
it ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's
how it ain't though. Like that's the whole point. Like
we're gonna find the lifeline.
Bro, there's strength in numbers, bro. The more of us there are, the more impact we can make, bro.
Like you don't like if we go by that, we're never gonna get anywhere. Like if we go by that logic.
What you mean? Like if you can't reach the masses, what's the point? If you cannot reach the masses, what's the point, bro?
Everybody,
like that's the whole point.
Everybody
bro, you're not gonna.
Of course, everybody can't go. I'm not saying literally. I'm not saying like literally reach all 9 billion people on the planet. I'm saying that we only make up 1% of the world's population, bro. That's not enough to move the needle.
Reach the masses that fast. You get it? It's not gonna hit that fast. You know how long it took for religion to really hit the masses?
Man, please. Religion is a strong. That shit had a stronghold on the world's population for the longest time.
And guess how long it took for it to reach the masses? It started out just like this.
Nah, man, that stuff it had an impact right away. That stuff had an impact right away, man.
No,
and so there being so many religions proving shit.
Hold on. Where's your proof?
That there's so many religions.
Where's your proof?
So many religions exist. That's the proof. So many religions exist. How that ain't no proof? How that ain't no proof?
I need hard evidence, like you said. I need a smoking gun.
That's your smoking gun, religion.
I need a smoke. No, there ain't no goddamn
religion is a smoking gun.
Religion is all these people who believe in religion. They don't have any smoking gun, but they believe in it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't believe in no religion, bro. But most people on this earth believe in religion, though. That's the smoking gun.
That goes to show you.
That's the smoking gun. Most people on this earth got a religion.
Hold on.
That's the smoking gun.
Fresco just proved to you that people can believe in something without the smoking gun. That's what he just proved to you. And there's a large population that believes in religion.
But it's not a large population that believes in gematria, though.
But what Fresco is saying is that you don't need the smoking gun to believe in religion.
For gematria, evidently you do.
Well,
the masses
give me an estimate. How many people you think are awake to gematria?
1% of the world's population.
People
That's
wasn't
a lot of
taught,
people.
we wasn't taught no gematria in school. We wasn't taught no. You wasn't going to. They wasn't going to church teaching people, regular people, gematria. They was not.
You ain't learning. You ain't learning religion in school either.
I mean, but most people are going to church and being taught to praise Jesus or praise the white Jesus. I mean, that's
most
how
cities,
I was taught when I was
most cities have dozens and dozens of churches.
I mean, what you
if
mean?
If they had a gematria church, that would be a lot different. Even though we didn't learn religion in school.
You don't need a physical, like, you got the internet. Like we congregating right now. This is a church right here.
The internet. How old is the internet?
How?
Man?
This is a virtual church right here. This is no different, bro. The only difference is
just got this advanced. This is probably like what 10,
man,
15
the internet
years
been
old?
around for years, bro. Chat's been around for years now.
How long have we known about gematria and used it?
Bro, gematria is an ancient practice. It's not new, my nigga.
How long have we been using it? Is what I mean.
Gematria is an ancient practice. It's not new. It's not gematria. Not an ancient practice. Please tell me that.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Man, please, man. This is not new, bro. Gematria is not new,
That's
bro.
not what I'm asking you, though.
What do you ask?
How long have we been using it?
Who is we, bro? It's not. It's more than just this community, bro.
Me
This
and
ain't
you.
the only gematria community in the world, bro.
Me and you.
What? Over
Me
a
and you.
decade. Over a decade,
decade.
and the movement is still the same. It has not progressed.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that in 10 years, you want us to change something that's been going on since ancient times.
I'm saying after 10 years, bro, the movement should be bigger.
Yeah, so in 10 years, it's
been the same. It's been the same for 10 years.
Something that has been going on. Something that has been going on. Listen to me. Something that has been going on since ancient times. You want us to all bring it all to an end within 10 years.
No, I didn't say that, bro.
Does that make any sense to you?
You want us to reach the masses in 10 years.
In 10 years?
No, gematria is not 10 years old, though. I don't know why y'all keep saying that. Gematria is an ancient practice.
1700s.
Yes, it is. That's relevant. That matters. Like, this is not a new movement. This has been around. This is not new.
Oh, you're saying that in 10
Coding
years,
and gematria is not new.
In 10 years, we should have put all of this to an end by now.
Conspiracy theory has been around, bro, since ancient times. This is nothing new. There's been people that question the fucking elites and the system. This is nothing new, bro. Nothing new. This stuff been around.
Okay, now we got the internet. Now we all got
that's what I said. They question it,
the
but
internet is not new, bro. The internet is not new.
You realize that the moment they gave us the internet, that's when we all got to find out about it. Before the internet, all of us was just oblivious to it. We didn't know anything. Because the only way we got information
gematria is an ancient practice. It's been around way before.
You did not know about gematria before the internet. Stop it, Topsy.
Nobody knew about gematria before. So
that's what I'm saying. You're contradicting yourself.
Why is it an ancient practice? If nobody knew about gematria before the internet, why is it an ancient practice?
Why didn't you know about it before Zach Hubbard?
Please explain to me why this is an ancient practice if nobody knew about it before the internet.
So why didn't you know about it?
Say what?
Why didn't you know about it before 2013?
Yeah, but
because I come from a black background, bro. Like I'm from the
hood.
You
learned about it. You learned about it because of the internet.
Yeah, but at the same time, when the internet came
out, I'm from the hood, bro. We don't talk about no gematria. Like this is new.
Yeah.
This is new to us.
But if you have the internet, it's easier
That's
to document.
Because I talk to gematria to my black friends all the time.
Yeah, now you do. But when you was raised up, you wasn't on no gematria. Don't stop the cap. You was not on it. That don't come from what we come from. Bro.
Listen, Topsy. The moment they gave us the internet, that's when all this stuff was given.
That's what I said. It was easier to it's easier to document it now.
It was easier to document, easier to research. Before, in order for us to gain information, we had to go to a library and get it out of a book. 100%. A lot of people wasn't willing to do that. Now everybody has a desktop or a computer or a laptop or a phone. It's right easier now.
Right in their hand.
Live streams. We didn't have all of that.
And right? Most people
think about how far we've gotten in just 10 years. You're underestimating this community. That's the shit that gets me on my nerves. That's why I have to raise my voice because I don't think you understand how powerful we are. In fucking 10 years, look how far
we've got. Raising your voice. That don't bother me.
No. I'm saying that's why I get so excited because I'm like, are you not realizing?
That's how we all should be.
Realizing how far we've gotten in 10 years?
Not very far, bro. Not very far. No.
Not a fact. That's not a fact.
No, I don't think
you got the final word on that. You got
you
the last say so to that shit. Right.
No, again, it's my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. Ain't
But
nobody
we haven't done anything in 10
Ain't
years.
nobody said nothing like
You
that.
can't.
I never said anything like that.
Fact.
Say what?
You just said it as if it was fact.
I just said what is it as if it's facts.
You did. You just said we didn't get nowhere. No, we didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, that's my opinion. But it is a fact that gematria is an ancient practice, though. That's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, we can't argue your opinion, then.
Right.
And that's my point, bro. That's my whole point right there.
If you feel
that's
like
my whole point. Like I'm not
progressing,
mad at what you believe,
why
bro.
would you be
Believe what
around
you
it?
believe. Say what?
If you feel like something is not progressing, why would you be around it?
Again, I told you that before, but I'll be redundant for you because I love sports betting and I love coding. And I relate with people in this community more than I do other
You don't want to make no,
players.
so you ain't trying to make no
So
type
you
of
don't
changes
need to
in
be
your life.
around
You ain't trying to make no type. You don't got no kids. You don't got no
part of the
brothers,
problem.
sisters that
He's
you trying
part
to
of the problem.
Yeah, and then guess what? I done got into heated arguments with them over this shit and got nowhere. That's why I don't bother with it no more.
But
I done got into heated arguments with my brothers and sisters
your
and
life,
my
though. You
grandmother
gotta be the
and
one to
other
make a
family
change
members who
like
just
that.
don't
For one,
budge on
you
this
ain't
shit. They
supposed to
don't
be
give a fuck
bringing that
about it.
shit to them in the first place.
Why the fuck you ain't if you're supposed to be waking people up? What sense are you making?
You need to go
Why the
to the
fuck you
people
ain't?
who's already close to thinking like that.
Man,
Who's
close to
already
thinking like ain't no
open-minded
close
to
to thinking like
shit.
that, man. It's either you wake up or you ain't, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit about
Man,
pick and
and
choose
the nigga ain't
who
trying
to
to hear
try to
that
wake up.
bullshit you saying.
All right, well we ain't hearing what the fuck we got to say then.
Fuck out of here, man.
Fuck out of here. We could be two. We could be two niggas saying get the fuck out of here.
Man,
I'm with whatever you with.
You
You
been
see,
contradicting
you're
yourself for the
contradicting
last
yourself. You
hour,
told me not to do that because they might be watching us.
You crashing
Say
out.
what?
You crashing out. You told me not to do that.
I ain't crashing out nothing. I said if it's fuck my opinion, it's fuck your opinion. I ain't never say SMD or nothing like that. I won't say nothing like that. But if it's get the fuck out of here to me, it's get the fuck out of here to you too.
Why you so hostile for no reason?
How am I hostile? He the one came with that energy.
No, it's because he's saying something that you don't agree with. But I actually agree with what he's saying. No disrespect, respectfully, you know.
But I don't feel disrespected. If you get hostile with me, I'm gonna get hostile with you. It's quite simple, bro.
The fact that these are the things that you said in this live stream. You said that you don't care about waking other people up.
Nope.
All you care about is money.
He's gambling, improve myself financially.
Okay.
And I enjoy coding as a hobby.
Payment. You don't have time to come out to meetings.
No, I don't.
So
what's the point of that?
And you also said that all the players are not in on the rigging. So
yeah, I think they're unwilling participants.
This community is not really for you because we're not here really for the sports betting. We're here to expose rigging.
A lot of y'all ain't with it. Because if these elites really apply some pressure to you, a lot of y'all ain't with it. I know it. With some real pressure get applied to y'all, a lot of y'all ain't with it. Some of y'all might be with it, but a lot of this community ain't really with the shits, bro.
I mean,
a lot of them ain't.
I disagree.
When I
went down there to
pressure bust pipes. Pressure bust pipes. When it was some real pressure get applied to you, motherfucker act like they trying to goddamn walk your ass and kill your ass. Motherfucker ain't really with that shit, bro.
There's a lot of brave people in this community, Topsy. The problem is
I'm not saying everybody is.
Hold on, man.
I'm saying there's a lot of people that ain't with it. There's a big portion of people that ain't with it.
Oh, now you're muted. Topsy.
I just unmuted.
Okay, now I'm kicking you out. Okay, Topsy, this is the thing, Topsy. You're not listening. You obviously never came out to any of the events, so you don't know. You haven't met any of the people that are actually about this. All right. When we do these meetings, anything can happen to us. So when you say stuff like, "Oh, you're not about this," you're not about this. Anybody that comes out to any of these meetings is about that because anything can happen at those meetings. All right. And I'm actually happy that he left. And I hope you don't come back. You're another idiot, to be honest. The other guy, the other Muslim, is an idiot. Topsy, you're an idiot, and everybody in the chat knows it.
Respectfully,
yeah,
you're just dumb. And the fact that you how dare you say that out of your mouth? Oh, I don't care about waking other people up. All you care about is yourself. You're a selfish POS. You're a selfish POS. People like you are the reasons we are where we at right now. That's all I have to say. I'm dropping the mic on that one. You got
All right. Shit.
What it is, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, I already could peep it from when I was in the chat, man. Like that mindset is really what I mean. Anybody who got that mindset, really, you really got to do some.
All these people being terrorized, all these cities getting flooded, and you talk about you don't care. You don't care. So what? It had nothing to do with me. The fuck is wrong with you, man?
Something is wrong.
Yeah, like I said, that goes back to the sports stuff. If your team's not winning, it's a problem. But if they are, then it's no bull. It's you're all good with it,
right?
So that's how.
That's what I mean. That's what I mainly get out of this. Like I'm just like this is just further enforcement that all this shit is scripted, all this shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how people watch these games. Honestly, I can't even stand watching these games. Like knowing something like this is so heavily manipulated. Like I can't even sit. I used to love watching. Damian Lillard used to be my favorite player.
Yeah,
I can't even sit. Once I seen him shoot that shot over Paul George, I really felt like that ruined basketball for me. Like I'm like what? And then it just gets further and like just crazy and crazy. You got Steph throwing the ball from full court in the stands, and people are really cheering and like y'all really nobody sees this and think this is weird. Like we all once
you see it, you can't unsee it, and then once you can't unsee it, you can't even watch it.
You can't. I can't. Like it just. I feel like I'm enforcing a lie. Like
simple. You talk a lot of shit. We gotta set up a boxing match. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to.
All right, so this is what you have to do. You have to call my phone so we can set it up.
Trying to knock your ass out.
6 foot. Show your face. I bet you even show your face.
I'm trying to knock you out.
Show your face. Show your face.
Bitch ass nigga. I'm really trying.
You can't curse. That's the Muslim.
You from Bronx, right?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put my ID on the screen so you can see my address and everything. Hold on.
Hey, listen. I'm tired with trendy, bro. You don't want this for real game.
I'm gonna show you where I live and everything. Come get me.
Bitch ass nigga. You like 5'5", bro. On some real shit. I'm gonna have my niggas looking for you in the Bronx. I ain't gonna lie. Talking hella hard, bro. Fuck with the wrong one.
Show your face. Show your face before I show you my ID.
Fuck with the wrong one, gang.
Yeah, I'm so scared of you.
I'm tired with Trendy and the Jets, nigga.
I'm so scared.
Man, you from the Bronx? Oh yeah.
Please don't hurt me.
Yo, listen, you just talk crazy, bro.
Please don't hurt me. Please.
Talk crazy.
So hold on.
Please don't hurt me.
You want to fight this man?
Oh yeah, I want to fight this nigga.
Please don't hurt me. Please.
That's crazy work, bro.
Oh, please don't hurt me.
What you think Allah would do?
Shit, you want me to knock him out?
Allah would want you to knock him out over what?
Knock him out like Muhammad Ali. Nigga.
Oh my God!
Muhammad Ali was a boxer.
Oh no!
He was to knock people out.
He was a Muslim boxer. Like I'm gonna knock his ass.
Exactly. He was a boxer. He was a boxer before he was a Muslim.
What should I do, you guys?
I'm just saying, bro. You just talk crazy, bro. You gotta respect niggas' religion.
All right, suck my dick.
Bitch ass nigga.
Fuck your religion and fuck your mother.
Fuck your dead ass grandmother. Pussy.
Oh my God, I'm so scared.
You just
that ain't Allah.
Nah,
that
I'm just saying,
Allah.
You talk crazy on the net, gang. That's
all right, so let's do it in person, but don't hurt me.
Bitch ass nigga.
Bitch ass nigga, but you're not showing your face, and I am.
Yo,
and I'm the one that's scared.
I really do it to you, boy.
Oh my God, please don't do it to me.
Like, why do you have to talk crazy? Like, why can't you just get mad quickly, and you can't be doing none of that.
Yeah, I can't because you might kill me. I don't know what to do now. Please don't hurt me. Please. I'm so sorry. I'll take it back. I'll take it all back.
Bro, talk to me like a man, bro. What are you doing?
Talk to you like a man. I'm not a man.
You look like a goofy right now, gang.
I'm afraid of you.
Goofy ass. Well, now all I'm gonna say is, gang, I got the Jets looking for you, gang. That's all.
Oh no.
So the Jets gonna waste their time looking for this man.
And the trendies, nigga.
The Trinity's gonna waste their time looking for this man.
Bro, Fresco, stop talking, man.
Man, make me stop talking. You ain't coming to BR. I tell you that now.
Well, you at Baton Rouge?
You ain't coming to no Baton Rouge. I tell you that now.
Nobody. There's no need to be there, gang.
Exactly.
You see my address?
Exactly. So shut
Too
your
Breedy?
bitch ass up.
Too Breedy, that's my full name, my address.
Too Breedy, dumbass.
Dumbass. I'm from Brooklyn. Oh, Pop Smoke. Oh.
Well, yo, the 1987.
Bow.
5'8", bro. You a little nigga.
Little nigga. Come get me.
How was this little nigga weigh?
Pop Smoke. Yo, Pop. 38 for the weapon. Make sure you bring that. Oh. Make sure you bring a 38 for the weapon.
I need a boxing match. I ain't gonna lie.
Boxing match. I ain't gonna lie.
But you a little nigga though. Like
big wolves. My wolves are gonna get you.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'5", gang.
Show me your face. Oh,
okay. Okay, you feel like that's an advantage.
I really think I could take this nigga down, bro.
All right, so let's meet up. Let me show your face.
Really punch this nigga on some real shit.
Let's make it happen.
Oh, bro. Send me your number.
646. Write it down.
I'm not writing that shit down, bro.
How I'm gonna send it to you?
Hold up.
So give me your number.
Hold on, nigga. All right, say it. 646
986
646 986
0958. Call me right now so I can get your number saved.
58.
All right?
All right, say that. I'm gonna tell you this nigga.
All right, peace. Peace to Allah. All right. Anyways.
All right, man. Let me get up out of here, bro.
All right, man. I appreciate you, Fresco. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right. So that's the end of the show. Apologize to anybody that had to witness that. The clout chasers, the trolls. You gotta give them what they want. They want my attention. I'll give it to them. Yeah. That's the end. Peace, you guys. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend.